advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC thanks to Italy's win over Mexico last night in full play. So tomorrow at 5 p.m., it's USA versus Canada. Winner advances to face either South Korea or the Dominican Republic.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Man, Team USA lucked out last night, Bump. Italy absolutely blew Team Mexico out of the water. Pascantino, heck of a game.
Yeah, and you acting different. I'm
Okay,
sitting here,
can I just
and
say-
Stacy, no,
okay.
let me say it. I'm sitting here, and we're talking
I
about
need to defend myself.
grocery store, and she was like, yeah, a slice of pizza is like whatever dollars.
I
And
said
go,
it's $8 for a slice.
Can I tell the story? All right? Let me say it.
Slandering me.
All right? And she goes, oh, but the full pie is about $30. I'm like, oh, you're Italian now? The full pie? When have you ever worked here for 4 years?
Pie.
When you start calling pizza pie, I know that's what the Italians call it. Italy wins one game, and now you're Italian.
I didn't even think when I said it. It's like I'm changing. It's like a werewolf. I'm not
I
controlling
watched the game
what's
with
happening.
my nonna.
Yeah, exactly. I can't control what's happening to my body. Just all of a sudden, I
You're
just
Italian
said.
now.
I was trying to make a case that the pie is less expensive than you'd think, considering how expensive the slice is. I was complaining about prices at PCC. PCC, you're on notice. You are obscenely expensive. I'll call you out by your name. And then I said, but the pizza's good, and the full pie isn't as expensive as you'd think. And then Bump just looked at me with a look of, honestly, I don't know if it was surprise or disgust.
It was like you acting different.
Yeah.
You acting different right
I'm
now.
clocking it, and I'm watching you, and I'm noticing.
Yeah, I see you.
We're
Pie.
noticing.
I'm going to
Okay.
call it pie. People going to look at me
Please
crazy.
do. No, do it. My sister is obviously from here, and her boyfriend is from Queens. He's not Italian, but he is from Queens, which is kind of the same thing. And he says pie when he's talking about pizza, and they have gotten into so many confusing arguments about like, oh, I'll grab a pie for dinner, and she'll be like, that's a weird dinner. Like they've had a lot of back and forth with that one. Can't settle on anything there. No, but Team USA did luck out because Italy won.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, bada boom. And so now they'll go on, Team USA, to face Canada tomorrow at 5 p.m. And then winner of that one will go on to face either South Korea or the Dominican. So,
Hey, if we face the Dominicans, they're the hottest team in the world right now. And so just fun to watch. It's almost, I enjoy watching them, but then it makes me feel like, man, but if we got to play those dudes, they might be the most talented team in the tournament right now.
Yeah.
At least offensively.
I want to know who's in control of the stadium lights. Can you imagine they're both playing each other and it's in Miami, but the lights are going on and off for only the Dominican home runs? I'd be like, wait, what?
That's a home game for the Dominicans for
It
sure.
sure is. Anyway, so that's what's going on with Team USA. Also going on with Team USA in that first meeting with Mexico, obviously, is the story that went viral between Cal and Randy. Cal talked about it, was like, this is not a big deal. Why are we talking about this? Benji Gill, who's the manager for Team Mexico, also talked about it.
At the end of the day, it's just something that they'll sort out, I think, when they get back to camp or Seattle.
Yeah.
I just told our guys, hey, you know what? Let's focus on winning. We came to win, and if some controversy comes out of that, so be it. They'll figure it out. They're big boys, and all we can think about, and we should think about, is being in the right frame of mind to be at our best tonight to win, and then move on.
I do think they're going to figure it out. I'm fully confident that this will be a non-issue, a few weeks from now, or whenever it is that they, end up, Arozarena obviously done, but whenever it is that they end up wrapping up, going back to camp, because once the season starts, you don't have to be best friends. You have to just have the same goal in mind. That being said, the story is developing. I keep thinking every day that we're going to be done talking about this, and then there's another version of the story that comes out. So, I apologize. I just personally think this is interesting.
Yeah, the more information we get, the more we have to react to it. Because what's the initial video? We're like, dang, Cal, like that? right? And then Randy talks in the tunnel to the media. We're like, dang, Randy like that. And then we're hearing that Team USA was like, hey, we ain't shaking hands with nobody. Team rule. We're like, dang, USA like that.
Yeah, that's a weird team rule.
It's a weird rule, man. It's like it's a tournament, it's an exhibition. Just have some fun with this thing. Like, U.S. is walking around like so tight. Like, maybe y'all should shake hands and celebrate. Relax a little bit, man. Y'all a little bit too uptight.
Or even do like a little, just kind of like a move. Just move around a little bit. Your hands in your pockets. USA Today's Bob Nightingale wrote this. Team USA insists that Raleigh had informed Arozarena a few days earlier that he didn't want to exchange warm greetings with him out of respect to the WBC. While they may be teammates during the season, the two countries are fierce competitors in the WBC, but he says Arozarena ignored the message. So when Arozarena walked up to the plate, he said Raleigh told him, hey, good to see you. Arozarena extended his hand because Arozarena is looking for a handshake. We're teammates, but Raleigh refused to shake it. Arozarena then crouched down, appearing to want to speak to Raleigh, but Raleigh didn't budge. So now there's this other twist.
Yeah, plot twist.
A plot twist of Cal having told Randy ahead of time, hey, I don't want to shake your hand during this. Now, I don't know if it's a team rule.
It is a team rule.
Okay, if it's a team rule, can I say something? I think Mark DeRosa should have said that in his press conference. I don't know that I still have the sound anywhere, or if it is there, Curtis, you would have to find it because I don't know where it is. But didn't Mark DeRosa say when he was asked about it, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Like, he didn't outright say, this is a team rule we have. Like, he didn't have Cal's back on it.
My man don't even know the rules of the tournament. All right? Why would we expect him to step up and talk about the rules of engagement?
He said, where are we?
He said, I didn't know we made that rule. Fellas, did we have a rule not to shake hands?
Draft? Love Mark.
If it's a team rule, so be it. I think it's dumb. And I think that every Mariner who goes up against the U.S. should extend their hand to Kyle just to mess with him. And if Kyle doesn't do it, just laugh it off. We know what's going on here. But, yeah, this story has made a left turn, a right turn, a left turn, a right turn. Like, there's a lot going on here.
So many twists and turns. Yeah. Very twisty-turny. And I also, look, if it were me, I'd be like, yeah, team rule, but this is my team for a week. Randy's going to be my teammate for several months. I'm going to dap him up. That's me. I also, though, wouldn't have maybe gotten. Now, you can't control how you feel. Randy can't apologize for how he feels or how he reacts.
But Randy knew the rule,
How you feel is how you feel. Okay? You don't control it. But talking to reporters about it, I'm like, ooh, but if you knew that he said not to do that, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like
Randy thought he was the exception to the rule. He's like, but that's my dog. That's my teammate.
He said, I held your towel and your Gatorade for the home run derby.
They even have a celebration after Cal or Randy, whichever, hit a home run. You know what I mean? So I think Randy thought, okay, this is y'all rule, but we go way back. So I'm gonna test it or I'm gonna troll it. Who knows what was going through the mind of Randy? Who knows what was going through the mind of Cal? I guess we have an idea. Either way, I think when it's all said and done, when they opening day, when they line up, it's going to be all good, at least good enough just to get along and play some ball. You don't have to like everybody you work with, especially on teams.
Yeah.
I've played with, on a football team, there's 70 guys. It's impossible for everyone to like each other.
I hate everyone I work with.
Out of 4 of us, huh? Cool. On a baseball team, was it 23, 27 guys or whatever?
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's impossible to like everybody. It's impossible, so whatever.
Christian the 206, grow up and don't cuss out Cal in public then. Decline to comment or mend it publicly and then act offended.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
I think it was a bit much.
A bit much. But hey, he was feeling his feels. And as long as they squashed it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they will squash it. That's the thing that I'm most confident in is, like, I think that the WBC rule for Team USA is a little lame. I think that Mark DeRosa, if that's a team rule, which it sounds like it is, like I saw Divish talking about, like if this is a team rule where they encourage players to do this, then you need to back up your player and say that was the team rule.
You know what this feels like? This feels very Yankee, like New York Yankee type stuff. Like, we're so much better than everybody. Mm-hmm. We're not going to shake hands. We're going to act like we've never been on the diamond with these guys.
Beer.
This is Team USA. Relax, Team USA. You need to, I'm not saying have as much fun as the Dominicans are having, but
it's impossible.
Take a little bit of that. Have some fun. Loosen up. You know what I mean?
I think that I think there's one way to write this.
What's that?
Bat flips.
Bat flips.
I think that you need to hit a bomb and you need to start flipping some bats. You need to get some attitude back in
I
this.
need that bat 20 feet in the air.
Minimum against Canada, I need one bat launched into space is what I need from this team. Hopefully by Cal. You just need to add a little bit of attitude back onto Team USA.
Yeah.
None of this buttoned up, you're right. None of this buttoned up Yankee stuff. And again, it's not Cal's fault. I am actually I've said a million times I would adapt up my teammate, but I'm also not upset with Cal. I don't see him I don't see him differently for doing what he did.
Nah.
Like, he's a competitor. He was he was going along with his team rule and paying respect to what the rules were of his team. Like, okay.
I get it. I get the competitiveness.
Yeah.
I also get.
I don't think he's a bad person.
Yeah.
I've
Also
heard nothing
get
but good things.
seeing my homie and being like, "What's up? Forget these rules." You know.
Sure.
You do what you want to do.
But I wouldn't call my homie out after.
I wouldn't do that.
I would not be talking to reporters saying all that stuff about my friend.
I would say something, but I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, "Hey, Cal, I see you," and just walk off. You know what I mean? Like, give him some. Because if you're mad, you're mad. But you got to be a professional about it. But again, like, man, and the tough part about this is that everyone has their opinion. You're on Cal's team. You're on Randy's team.
Lame.
You're neutral. And you could feel the way you want to feel about it. But these are all human beings. And I think we forget that sometimes. Like, you're not always going to act accordingly. Like, no one here, me, you, Curtis, Matt, we've always just done the right thing all the time or done what's expected of us. No, things happen. So that's the way I see this.
Matt is very shady.
Yeah.
He's not above board.
But I think that's what we expect from Matt, so then it checks out. It's like, we know what to expect from Matt. We know that Matt would never, under any circumstances, even on the same team, high-five us.
No. We know that Matt is going to take a shot whenever he can.
Yeah. We know that Matt will save every mistake we say on air and play it at the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's what I'm here for. People
Exactly.
would be disappointed if I didn't do that.
And that's exactly right. But I'll settle on what Gil said, which is he said these are big boys.
Yeah.
They will handle it. They'll figure it out. I have full confidence in that. I am pushing back a little bit and seeing either player drastically differently. Like, that's where people are. It's not making too much of it to talk about it, in my opinion. It's interesting. It's spring training, guys. It's Cactus League play. This is a very interesting story talking about, well, here's what I do and here's what this person would do. This is the kind of stuff you talk about with your friends. I do think it's making too much of it to see either player drastically differently as a person.
Hey, this is real TV. Reality TV.
Oh, I wish it was.
It is. It's reality. It's real reality. The stuff you watch be staged, man.
No, not all of it.
Most of it.
No, I think that
they set it up.
No, well, yes, they set up conversations between real life weird people. So that's what it is. You still have to have unhinged people be filmed for reality TV.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well, absolutely not.
Couldn't do it. I got asked to when I went on that Ellen show that one time back in the day.
Yeah.
They asked me to come back and pretend I was in like a love triangle and stuff.
No,
and I was
what?
like, nah, I can't do it.
How have you never said this before?
I don't know. I just never said.
Wait, so they said,
They hit
we
me
want
up.
you to pretend to be
Yeah.
some random person that we're bringing back as part of a love triangle.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, so they're lying about stories on daytime
What?
television?
Hey, at least during Ellen back in the day.
So you're telling me that all those Maury episodes that I consumed as
Hold
a
on.
child.
I really hope you didn't think those were all real.
Well, I watched them as a child. I absolutely thought they were all real. Yes.
No.
So all the paternity
Not all of
testing.
them.
Well, I don't like that Maury became only paternity testing. It was much juicier
I
when
don't
it
know.
was like.
It was pretty fun. There were some great stories.
there were
He
great
found his
drops
lane,
there.
and he did not put the blinker on. He goes, I'm here. I'm in this lane.
And then the way that he constantly nailed, you are the father.
And then the girls start running towards the bag. The cameraman has to be in shape.
I told you.
Following her. Dudes doing backflips and breakdancing. It was all a show.
Imagine finding out, like, if you're the kid and you're watching. Wait, so none of this is real. None of this was real.
No, I'm
Not
sure
even a
some of
little
it
bit.
was real. Some of
Yeah.
it was real. But were you going to get 50
Why'd you say
episodes?
no? Why'd you say no?
Well, I was married.
Oh,
So I'm like, I ain't doing that.
that's fair. That's fair. Jen was like, excuse
He's
me.
like, what? They offered me money too. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
Do you remember how much they offered?
Like $5,000, man. I'm like, nah.
All you had to do was pretend you were part of a love triangle for one segment on Ellen.
Yeah.
I don't
5K
remember
ain't enough.
Ellen ever having these segments.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Wow, what a time to be alive. Anyways, I think that, look, I think Cal and Randy will be totally fine.
It'll
but
be all right. That'll be
But look, the reason we're still talking about it is Randy didn't talk about it.
all right. Randy
I'm
did.
sorry, the story keeps developing. We're hearing that Team USA had this rule that Cal told Randy not to do it, and then Randy didn't mention anything to reporters either. It's just, like you said, lots of twists and turns developing from this one. What a weird story. Hey, speaking of, opening day is almost here. We're sending one of you and a friend to experience it like never before. So imagine getting front row access to the opening ceremonies, player intros, the first pitch, and so much more, all from the field. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, shame on you. That's not what the read says. I've started adding in some spice. You text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Friday, March 18th. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, rewrite!
Headline Rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, Italy blew out Mexico 9-1 last night, which means Team USA backed their way into the knockout round. What's the real headline?
Last night's biggest winner was clearly Mark DeRosa. You would
I'm
never have
nervous
been able to live that down, I don't think.
That would have hurt. I was watching the Italians go nuts out there. Even they celebrate a bit more than the U.S. does.
What do you mean, even they?
Even they, I mean,
have you met an Italian? They're the loudest people.
Yeah, I have. I know a couple Italians. It was fun to watch. Once they got up, like, 5-0 or something like that, 5-1, I'm like, okay, it's a wrap.
It's popping off.
Mexico don't have enough right now.
I was not shocked. Look, the Team Italy is still made up of like MLB players. But I was a little surprised. Just the way it was talked about heading into this one was like, oh, what did Team USA do? Like, Team Mexico is going to beat Team Italy.
Yeah.
But not the case. Absolutely not the case. And now Team USA will take on Team Canada. So you have another meeting of Mariners there with Josh Naylor. Yeah. Who's favored to win this one?
Team USA.
Team USA still?
Yeah. You know who else is on Team Canada? Former Mariner, the Big Maple, James Paxton.
Oh.
He hasn't pitched in the bigs in a few years.
I almost said, remember when a bald eagle landed on him, but who could possibly
Who could forget that?
Who could possibly
Maybe that was
forget
foretelling of what's going to happen.
Ooh, years in advance.
I'm just saying.
You know who I saw and brought back kind of fond memories of that game? Rowdy Tellez. I didn't realize he was Mexican. Oh, okay, Rowdy, I see you, baby.
Yeah.
It's good to see him.
I'm getting a lot of criticism from the text line.
About what?
About a food take?
No. For asking.
I didn't hear any food takes.
For
in that
not
first segment.
realizing that so much of reality TV is staged. But I don't think that all of it is what I'm saying. I watch so much reality TV. You know what? Can I just say something for 10 seconds and then we'll go to the next headline rewrite because I know that this is a topic no one cares about. I think people who judge people who watch a lot of reality TV don't understand that a lot of reality TV consumers are in on the joke. Like, it's a separate genre that you have to know a lot about, and I think way too many people assume you're stupid if you watch it instead of assuming that, like, no, everyone gets what reality TV is.
It's extra.
Just entertainment.
Reality TV, everything is extra.
Oh, but you can watch wrestling, and it's totally a sport.
I watch both reality
Totally
TV
different.
and wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what kills me about wrestling? I told Curtis this. ESPN has the rights to WWE now, right?
They're like talking about it on their debate shows.
They are bringing guys over as analysts for WWE. Like, you know what the outcome's going to be already. Yeah, you're going to analyze, oh, I really like this guy. These young guys are coming. Like, you know who's going to win already.
What's next?
Headline Rewrites.
Headline number 2, Bryce Miller shut down his bullpen session on Wednesday as a precaution after feeling more discomfort in his oblique. What's the real headline?
And I have discomfort all over about the Mariners' 5 spot in their rotation.
Man, shut it down. I'm not too concerned about it right now. We talked to Shannon yesterday, and she said when he shut it down, he wasn't like wincing or anything like that. He didn't make any expression. It's not like he was really hurt. He just felt something. And if you feel anything in that oblique, you do exactly that. Now, if we're like a week or less than a week before the season and he's still not throwing bullpen or he's still limited, then I'm going to worry a little bit. But for right now, man, just take care of yourself. Make sure you're good to go.
Headline Rewrites.
Headline number 3, Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta says he's gutted about pulling the plug on the Max Crosby trade. What's the real headline?
He added, I just wish there was some way to know about his knee injury.
Did he really say that?
No.
Oh, I was like, hold up. We all knew about that, sir. I mean, I'm sure he feels some type of way. The plan was to have Hendrickson and Max Crosby, but it is what it is. I don't have much to say about this Max Crosby deal. It feels a little fishy, but Ravens and Raiders will probably not do a deal together for quite some time.
I'm trying to figure out if it's fishy or not. A lot of the podcasts I listen to, so like analysts or excuse me, not like NFL Network analysts, but like analytics guys or whatever. They're like, this is kind of weird. Doing this, getting Trey Hendrickson within 24 hours later, like all of it just feels like a very weird, either you got cold feet and you thought, never mind, we don't want to give up these 2 first-round picks. Like, when you buy a little too much on Amazon and you're like, dang, like I'm going to send this back. I didn't need to buy this. I got a little too excited. You did a midnight order is what you did. Maybe that's what the Ravens did. They just got a little too shop happy. They pulled the trigger and then they were like, wait a minute, we didn't mean to purchase this. This is dumb. This is a dumb purchase. We don't want to send these 2 first-round picks their way. Or another angle is that it was a way to try to further convince Trey Hendrickson to sign with you. And technically he signed after you nullified that trade with Crosby, so he could have still pulled out. But the whole thing is just, it is weird. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm not entirely sold that there's something fishy going on, but the entire thing is weird. I don't think that they discovered something on this physical that was a massive secret. You know what I mean? Like
They saw something that they didn't like. If you're going to believe what they're saying, they saw something. They thought maybe he'd be further along, and he wasn't. He still could be ready for the season. That's the thing that trips me out is that doctors are like, he could be ready before
July.
the season. He could be ready by week 1. So that's why I look at the situation. I'm like, what is really going on? Because Crosby is the type of guy, you give him a few weeks, he's going to work his way back into shape, and you could have 2 ends that are just going to kill the quarterback. That's the only reason why I say what is really going on, because every doctor says he could be ready before the season.
I honestly hope for a great season for him, and I'm going to be curious if it actually is with the Raiders. I know that he said, they're going to stay there, that there was the Diana Rossini report that he's going to stay with the Raiders, but nothing about the Raiders' situation's changed. No. They're not suddenly competing this year. They're still full on in rebuild mode. I just wonder if for them, they're like, well, now we're definitely not getting 2 first-round picks for you. You, Baltimore, have completely tanked our sale value for this player. So now we're never going to get what we think he's worth. We might as well hang on to him. I don't know. The whole thing is weird. We got to look at Seattle, though. Enough talk of Baltimore. Taking stock of where the Seahawks stand after the first week of free agency next.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
General manager Justin Hollander is with us. You got decisions to make. I mean, you got a lot of young guys at second base. It could be Cole Young, could be Ryan Bliss. Brandon Davis has been a huge story.
There has never been a team in the history of baseball who had too many good players. Yeah. We will have our ups and downs this year. We will need more than just the 13 position players and the 13 pitchers we break camp with. It's great to watch guys go out and compete for spots and feel like you have options.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel welcomes Seattle Golf Show March 13th through 15th at Puyallups Washington State Fair Event Center. Parking's free. Get front door bonus golf, see 100 exhibits, top courses, and shop big brands with Putts Golf. Tickets, seattlegolfshow.com.
P&D Tree Service, your local experts in tree removal. 24-hour emergency service. Fast, efficient, and safe removal of trees from your yard or neighborhood. Ever seen a tree removed by a crane? Enjoy a safe and clean yard. PNDTreeservice.com.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Sparta's Pizza reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or rideshare, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Sparta's Pizza and Spaghetti House, serving the best pizza in the universe for over 40 years. Come visit them in Linwood, Bothell, Mill Creek, or online at spartaspizza.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you. while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking stock of where the Seahawks stand after the first week of free agency. Who's in? I mean, he was already here, but re-signing Rachaad White to a new deal. And meanwhile, you have lost Kobe Bryant, Boye Mafe, Ken Walker, and now Rick Woolen, the latter, going with the Eagles. So where do the Seahawks stand? Is there someone out there that's nervous? Is there someone out there who's more excited about this team? You can join this conversation on the text line, 866-979-3776. Bump, when you're looking at the Seahawks in terms of their health, their likelihood to repeat as contenders, be a top team in the NFC, hit the ground running week one, every team has questions to answer, right? No team in the NFL right now is fully complete, okay? But where do you see the Seahawks? Where do they stand right now a week into free agency?
I think they're okay. You still have some work to do, and you could do that via the draft. And there's still a couple free agents out there that I'm interested in. I mentioned Geno Stone and Tyler Rapp yesterday at the safety spot to come in and compete. But I'm looking at this team offensively, and I'm like, all right, you do have to get another running back, bring in another running back, or hope one of these guys pop. But everywhere else, you still got Jason, Cooper Kupp, still got Shaheed, AJ. That offensive line is intact. You signed Josh Jones to make sure you're good there. I'm looking at the defensive line. Still got Leo, Byron, Jay Reed. Hopefully DeMarcus comes back. You signed Drake Thomas, who had a great year. Ernest Jones is still there. Uchenna is still here. He's been rumored to maybe be cut or deal. Devin Witherspoon's going to be back. You're going to sign him. Jay Love. Josh Jobe has been signed. Nicky Mawari. Listen to the names that I just mentioned. Yeah, I know there's no Boye. He's not an every down edge rusher. Good for him. Go get your money. I know Kobe Bryant is in there. I believe he's had the most interceptions on this team the last 2 or 3 seasons. You met K9, of course, with the Chiefs. Good for him, man, because they're going to feed him over there with Bieniemy over there at the offensive coordinator spot. But I think they're okay. You never really know what your team is until you see them line up week one. Not even week one. Week one could be a joke. The Patriots lost to the Raiders week one, right? We lost to the Niners week one.
Remember the discourse after? Because Geno obviously knew with the Raiders, and it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Like,
where's the offense we were promised?
So it's right now I think they're okay. I think just off of on paper, they're probably picked second in the division right now because the Rams addressed their biggest issue, which was the secondary, and they went and got Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie. But there's still progress to be made. It's freaking March. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we really trying to pigeonhole these teams in March?
Correct.
And all the teams are not done making their moves, and the draft hasn't happened. We've seen no preseason games. I think they're okay. I don't think they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they will be favorites to win the Super Bowl until you get into the season and Fleury shows his offense. McDonald shows that he can adjust from the losses that he's had on defense. I think they're good. I don't feel like, how are we going to compete? No, I think they're good. I think they're solid.
I absolutely agree with you. I agree with what Wyman said the other day when he was on with us about, like, hey, I think that because you don't see, like, the stars of this team walking around in front of you, you're only paying attention to who they're losing and completely ignoring that they've still got all those playmakers, like you just mentioned. Someone else said, hey, I'm not worried about it. They've still got dogs on this team, all caps. However, has there been a potentially, I don't want to say costly move, but to me, Bump, the reason I ask is I don't know what happens with the running back room. That's my big question. I'm not even completely sold on the idea that they should have kept and paid Ken Walker a ton of money, but that also doesn't mean I have an answer for what happens without him. That's where I am with this team. I still have a lot of confidence in this team. They've still got their best players on this team. The most important player on offense, outside of, like, a quarterback, obviously, who's the most important player in the sport, is Jason. Well, he's not going anywhere. You're working on a new extension. He's not going anywhere. But that running back room has some questions for me. And you want to have that as being central to your offensive identity. So, yeah, that's something I'm paying attention to.
Yeah, the biggest loss to me is K9. But we also know that I'm not saying, and you've said this, I'm not saying K9 is just replaceable. Go find you another 1,000-yard running back who understands this offense, who build chemistry with this offensive line and played their best football the last 4 games of the season. It's not that easy, but I feel like if there's any position that is by committee and you could hold it down until Zach Charbonnet is ready to go, it's running back and it's D-line. Those are the committee groups at this point. And there's still Rachaad White who's out there, which I really hope they go and get. I watched more film on Rachaad White last night, bars. And I think that I do it all the time. I laugh at my own jokes. I give myself bars. That's only child stuff, right?
High five yourself.
High five myself. To have conversations. It's all good. But I really think that he would fit this offense. And I mentioned a couple other names. Damon Claiborne over there at Wake Forest.
You mentioned Kamara, too, as being
Kamara. Well, that wasn't me. That was B-Walt.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. B-Walt mentioned Kamara. And you know what? I sent him an article today because after reading your email this morning, I went and searched up, are people talking about Kamara? And Sports Illustrated was like, hey, this would be a good move. And I told B-Walt, if this goes down, you got to come on our show and flex because you were the first person who said that. I love giving flowers when flowers are due. But, yeah, it's the running back room because it felt like it took a while for the RBs to get that chemistry with the offensive line, for the offensive line to understand their angles or whatnot. And how different is the teaching going to be with this offensive line? I mean, a zone is a zone, power is power, trap is trap, but it's the way that it's taught that connects with the player that allows them to perform. Every player is a bit different. I can yell at this player. I got to be real technical with this player. I got to just dumb it down for this player. Like, what's the teaching going to be like with Fleury? He says he comes from a teaching background. He learned under Shanahan. So I'm confident that it's going to be okay. But we saw the lack of chemistry early in the run game last year.
Yeah. I have some listener responses here when we asked, hey, how are you guys feeling about it? 1 weekend in free agency, the Seahawks haven't exactly been buyers. But again, they didn't need to. A team that probably spent the most in free agency last year was the Patriots. It ended up paying off for them. But you know why they spent? Because, A, they had a lot of money. They had no stars they were paying, no veterans they were paying, and they had 4 wins. So, of course, they needed to get better. We have someone saying it feels like a team that's for sale. So maybe watching their purse strings, ?
How does it feel? I would love you to elaborate with that. How does it feel like they're a team that's for sale? I think this is common offseason practice, especially when you've won a Super Bowl and had one of the best defenses in the game. Guys are going to get poached from that defense.
I think, says another listener, they're holding out on signing big free agents so they can keep those comp picks that they're going to get for losing free agents, which is a very good point. Someone else said, where'd it go here? The Seahawks might be okay, but the bottom line is with these free agent departures and an unknown OC, they probably have been weakened. No starting running back is a huge problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem that I feel like is more easily solved than JSN not being here, than not having a starting quarterback. I think the transition from Geno to Sam Darnold was probably the biggest problem that's been solved in this franchise in a while because the Russell to Geno was already there, just waiting, right? So it was like, okay, let's give Geno a shot. He's shown that we can do it. With Sam Darnold, you're looking at him with the Vikings and thinking to yourself, all right, do we get 14 weeks, 15 weeks out of Sam Darnold, or do we get this other guy? I think at running back, I'm not saying you can find a guy that's as good as K9. And I beg everyone just to go and watch some of the highlights from K9. I went back and watched some of his biggest plays. Like, he is special. And I think we took him for granted, low-key, until that Super Bowl run. It's hard to find a guy like K9, but you can find a serviceable running back. I've said it before. In this offense, you want to have the threat of running the football. You don't have to be a top 5 running game in the league, maybe top 10, but the threat of running the football against Jason, A.J. Barner, everybody else open.
All right, coming up, NFL Network Steve Wyche joining us at 11. We got questions about what's going on around the league as well as questions about what's going on with Seattle. Before we get to it, because we are in the first week of free agency and because NFL free agency brings out so many NFL insiders, we have some of the spiciest takes coming your way next.
9 out of 10 experts agree wearing earbuds at work is the universal signal for leave me alone. So grab the earbuds, pull up the Seattle Sports app, and trade that annoying coworker's endless yapping for this.
He's at the wall. Cal Raleigh
Listen to every Mariners spring training game live for free, only on the Seattle Sports app. Improving lives through Mariners baseball, one
sparkling play by Josh Naylor
at a time.
Your new home is ready now. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new construction communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington, with more coming. Find your new home at drhorton.com. America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
The nonprofit Puget Sound Senior Baseball League plays real baseball on the best fields. Adults ages 18 to 65 and older are invited to try out for the PSSBL this Sunday, March 15th at Hogan Park at Russell Road in Kent. With 10 divisions featuring different age and skill levels, there's room for almost every ball player, from ex-Little Leaguers to high school, college, and even former pros. Get all the info at PSSBL.com. That's PSSBL.com.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
The best path at that point was to stop for the night, and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier.
The LJ way.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
Hey, Mike Salk here with Dr. Coogan from Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. And Doc, what do you say to people who are considering those GLP-1 injections for weight loss?
Before you start, ask yourself this. Are you prepared to spend $3,000 to $5,000 per year and stay on the medications long-term to maintain the results? Many prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and when the medication is stopped, weight gain is common. And most people don't realize research shows a significant portion of the weight lost can come from muscle, which may slow your metabolism and make keeping the weight off even harder.
From personal experience, I can tell you Eastside Weight Loss Clinic takes a different approach, a doctor-developed program helping people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days.
No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. Instead, we use real food to reset your metabolism, control hunger, and cravings naturally.
So come to their clinic in Kirkland or do the program from anywhere you live with easy remote options. If you want a safe, affordable alternative to weight loss injections,
go to eastsideweightlossklinic.com to keep the weight off for good.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Opening day is just days away, and we want to send you and a friend to experience it like never before. Get front row access to the opening ceremonies, player introductions, first pitch, and more, all from the field. To enter, just open the Seattle Sports app and hit the Win tab. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances. Better hustle. Contest runs through March 18th. From the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports. Don't miss 3 Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be 2. JP has it, goes to the bag, steps on second, fires to first, double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Hey. Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only. Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Spring and summer, it's right around the corner. So if you haven't called PCF about getting started on your new deck, well, right now is the time. With a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long. And right now, you can get up to $6,000 off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Save an additional $1,500 when you bundle your deck and patio cover. Some restrictions do apply, but do what we did. Contact PCF for all the details and start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build by the spring. Planning and permits, they can take a little time, so please don't wait. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
NFL Network Steve Wyche joining us in 15 minutes. We got a lot of questions about free agency and the Seahawks. Before we get to it, I wanted to take a listen to some spicy cuts from other NFL insiders around the league. The first concerns friend of the show, Ross Tucker. He was a guest out in Philly Sports Radio, WIP, over there yesterday, and he warned Eagles fans about the kind of player they're getting in Riq Woolen.
By the way, the refs are absolutely told in the playoffs to let them play. Let them go. They don't want the refs to be the story. The ref was finding, like, you could tell the ref in his head was like, this guy's got to be kidding me. And he threw the flag. He goes over to the Seahawks sideline. They are yelling. His own teammates are yelling at him. My sideline producer, like, they do not like him in Seattle. They are so glad he's gone. He not only did he lead the NFL in taunting penalties last year, he had more taunting penalties than any other team.
No.
He had three taunting penalties.
Dude.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that either.
To have more taunting penalties than any other team?
Yeah, that's pretty tough. I'm looking at his numbers right now. He has 9 penalties this year overall, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10th in the game. He has 9 of them things. Actually, hold on, let me rephrase that. He's tied. 1, 2, 3, 4, tied for 5th with Surtain. Okay, he's a baller, and some other guys. And the taunting has been an issue, right? Mm-hmm. It was, it's the timing of the taunting too. Like, if you just direct your energy towards your team, towards your sideline, you can get away with taunting. Look at JSN. He be taunting like a mug, but he does it the right way. He doesn't give the DB his energy. He's hollering. He's yelling. The DB's to his right. He's looking forward. He knows that DB feels him. He knows that DB sees him, but he knows how to do it. And then he knows how to not react to things, right? Lenore popped him in the chin. He gets popped. He puts his hands behind his back and was like, I'm bigger than this. I know I'm in his head right now. So there's a maturity that JSN shows that at times Riq Woolen has lacked. That is part of his game. Was that a conversation that Philly had with him before signing him? I would hope so. I would think that Philly would be like, look, man, you have a great stride. You're fast. Technique has gotten better. Decent ball skills. Forget his taunting. Riq is one of the top 10, 12 DBs in the league right now. It's just the mental is what allowed Josh Jobs to get opportunity, and then Josh Jobs took it from there. 1 year, there's a reason why they signed him for 1 year, $15 million. It's like a prove it type of thing. Like, all right, we know you have the capability, but can you handle it? And then the noise he's going to hear from that Philly crowd, can he handle that? I hope Riq goes over there and is renewed and is focused and changes some of the things about him, because if he does, if he were able to have a little bit of JSN mentality in him when it comes to the taunting and not taking the bait, he could be so good. We know physically he can get it done. It's the other things. When you got a rookie on the sideline getting at you and no one's really like telling the rookie to chill.
That's the
you know what I'm saying?
Part.
That's how you know something's going on.
A question. In our last segment, and you've said this off air too, in our last segment, you mentioned with Ken Walker, hey, I think that people, because he wasn't like some 1,300-yard, all-pro running back, there were a lot of people that were like, yeah, good riddance. Not in a bad way, right? He was never like a problem as a personality, but that they just didn't want to pay him. And they were like, that's fine. I'm confident we can do without him. And you were saying, I think people in doing that are forgetting how special he is and are forgetting about his talent. And I do think there's a world where if they don't figure out this committee, you're missing Ken Walker. Now, I hope they replace him with, and you were looking at Rachaad White, a few other guys, but is that the case with Woolen too? Because I think Seahawks fans had a very similar reaction where it was like, I didn't get many texts from listeners who were complaining about Seattle's making a huge mistake here.
Nah, it's the DK complex. I think fans appreciated DK for what he was and what he brought to the game. But because of some of the antics, they were more willing to walk away from him and not feel too bad about it. I think everyone realizes that DK is a talent. Like there's only 2 or 3 other receivers built like DK in the NFL. But once you build a reputation, that's all people see you as, is that guy. It's like Ken Walker. He built a reputation of taking negative runs, so people viewed him as a guy who takes negative runs, yet forget about the last 2-3 years. He's always top 3 or 4 when it comes to explosive runs in the game. That's what happened with Reek. I mean, people ignore some of the plays that he did make because of the taunting or whatnot. And I tell you, if he would have if the Rams would have won that game off of that taunting penalty, it would have been all bad for Reek. It already kind of was because people don't forget that. Thankfully, they were able to bounce back and do their thing, but it would have been so bad for him. The thing about Reek is, man, I just hope that there are people around him that he trusts that can criticize him and he'll listen, right? Because he ain't supposed to listen to us. He ain't supposed to listen to the crowd. He's supposed to listen to coaches and the people that he trusts the most. So I just hope that, they keep it 100 with him. Like, if you could just get this out your game, there are like 2 or 3 more steps you can take as a football player.
I feel silly asking because he and Josh Jobe were basically splitting reps, right? Like splitting series. But does Seattle have enough to replace what they lost in their defensive back room? Ty Okada and Josh Jobe sound a bit different as your co-starting unit compared to when, and you've got Ty Okada and you've got Josh Jobe. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, let me ask you this.
Yes.
What gives you more confidence? Reek and Bryant or Jobe and Okada?
I really like Kobe Bryant.
It's Reek and Bryant. I mean, because Bryant, he erases some of the stuff that Reek struggles with, right?
Yeah,
and it's just
like
pure
Kobe.
talent. There aren't too many DBs that are as physically gifted as Reek Woolen, and Kobe Bryant is physically more talented than Ty Okada. But Jobe is more technical, and Okada's going to be where he's supposed to be. So you lose talent for sure, but you also have some guys who have shown that they can play in this league. And that's what makes me feel like they should be okay. If they roll out with that, at least to start, we should be okay.
Sure.
But bring somebody in to compete.
Well, and you do need talent. Like, I know that everyone loves that whole, like, persona of, like, I want a lunch pail kind of guy. I want a guy who follows the rules and he's technically sound and he knows where he's supposed to be. But, like, it is very hard, and I would say impossible, to replicate top-level talent. Like, when you talk about the personnel gap that teams have, it's not for a lack of trying. Like, we've seen versions of the Seahawks where it's like they have players that are good dudes who are trying their best and who are technically great and who are, well, they did have some seasons with some horrible missed tackling. But you know what I mean? Like, top-level talent is what separates top-level teams.
Yeah.
So, like it or not, when you look at a guy like Reek Woolen and you go, I have no big issue with him not being here in Seattle anymore. I do have an issue with Seattle over time leaking top-level talent. Now, I that makes it seem like I'm not cool with where they are right now. I am. But I'm just cautioning people against thinking that, like, it's always good to just pick a guy where it's like, he's a hard worker.
I want some talent.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll take some headaches with some talent.
Listen,
I'll take some
the
headaches.
more all-pros your team has, the more Pro Bowlers your team has, the better you are.
Yeah. Let me respond to 425 real quick. We've done this before, but I want to remind people. 425 says, Ken Walker is talented, but your best ability is your availability. Ken Walker as a primary back without time share, he will break down. Let me remind you, okay? His first year, he missed 2 games. Second year, 2 games. Third year, 5 games. Played every game this season. We got to get away from Ken Walker just isn't available. I think the time that he misses is typical for a running back. It's rare that D. Henry plays every game. Christian McCaffrey plays every game. It's the nature of the position.
And that those backs are rare in today's league, too.
Yeah.
There's one Derrick Henry who's obviously older now. There's one Christian McCaffrey who has missed a lot of time, by the way.
Mm-hmm. A lot of time.
And I'll take Christian McCaffrey.
All day. I'll take him right now.
Right now. I'll take him with one knee. That's fine. Send him on over. But yeah, good point. We are sticking with the NFL Network. Steve Wyche joining us next.
All week long, Wyman and Bob are broadcasting live from Mariners spring training in Peoria, Arizona. Every afternoon starting at 2.
I cannot wait to get down there.
The expectations.
Based on what we saw last year, what they've done in the offseason, that's not kooky talk, Dave.
No, it's not.
Your favorite Mariners.
If you want to get here and you want to do this, you have to have those expectations.
Wyman and Bob live at Mariners spring training all week long on the home of your AL West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Hear that? Sounds like simple. Valvoline Instant Oil Change simple. No appointments. About 15 minutes to change your oil. Then out the door and back to life.
Yeah, honey, on my way.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Expert service doesn't need to be overcomplicated.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, inviting you to come work with IRG. And Shannon, what kind of staff are you looking for at IRG?
Brock, we're looking for all kinds of clinical staff, physical therapists, occupational therapists, athletic trainers, certified occupational therapy technicians, physical therapy assistants, you name it on the clinical side. We are looking for those folks. But we are really looking for folks that want to come to an organization that want to be part of our culture and change the culture and work with us to provide the best care and service we can to our patients, our team, and our community. So those clinical people out there, we're looking for you. We also provide advanced certification. We want to provide you mentorship. We want you to grow personally and professionally here at IRG.
And with over 40 clinics throughout the Pacific Northwest, you've got the opportunity to work in the city you want. Just head over to irgpt.com/careers. That's irgpt.com/careers.
Mariners fans, the 2026 season is officially on deck. And Cal, Julio, and the defending AL West champs are ready to feed off your energy at T-Mobile Park. Be here for every monster home run.
There it is, number 60. The magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Every 100-mile-per-hour heater.
He throws it and the ball game's over. Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Every clutch moment.
A bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
It's going to be an epic 50th season, and you won't want to miss it. Mariners baseball, try to answer.
The Mariners' first homestand is stacked. Don't miss opening day on March 26th. Cal Raleigh's 60 home run bobblehead night on March 28th. Presented by Alaska Airlines. And a star-powered showdown against Aaron Judge and the Yankees. March 30th through April 1st. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Team USA advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC thanks to Italy's win over Mexico last night in full play. So tomorrow at 5 p.m., it's USA versus Canada. Winner advances to face either South Korea or the Dominican Republic.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. NFL Network Steve Wyche joining us right now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Steve, how's it going?
Hey, all is well. How are you guys?
We are great, and we have so many Seahawks questions for you, but I'm sorry, I have to start with the national question. What's going on? Can you tell me what's going on with the Max Crosby, Ravens, Raiders whole situation? It was just as background, I was moving, and then suddenly I got back into work, and I was like, wait, what happened? What's going on? So is it shady? Is it weird? Did it make sense? What happened?
Well, it's definitely weird. I won't necessarily say it's shady because, we've seen players get failed on physicals before that blow up either a free agency signing or a trade. I mean, the one thing I think we in the media have done a very poor job of doing is everything is always contingent on a player passing a physical. So apparently after this trade was agreed upon, the Ravens got Max in the building and saw some stuff in his imaging that flagged them, that concerned them. And all of a sudden, the trade is off, and the Ravens have Trey Hendrickson in the building. And I think that's what looks like, okay, maybe they got cold feet and didn't want to give up the 2 first-round picks that they were getting for Max Crosby. And this way they can just sign Trey Hendrickson as a free agent and keep the picks as well. I don't believe that. The Ravens are always held as kind of the gold standards in class and everything in terms of an organization. And I honestly believe GM Eric DeCosta is saying that he really wanted Max Crosby. No shade to Trey Hendrickson, but Max Crosby is in a completely different level when it comes to effective edge players because he's more than just an edge rusher. He's also a very good run defender.
It hurt seeing K9 go to the Chiefs. We knew he was going to be out of here. But it is what it is. And it sounds like I heard someone say earlier today that since Pat Mahomes has been a starter on the Chiefs, he's been the all-time leading rusher in that franchise, which is crazy. So now he has K9 over there. How does this change expectations for the Chiefs?
I don't know if it changes expectations, but it does give them something in their run game since they haven't had since a young Kareem Hunt, right? They've got an explosive player. The Chiefs the last couple of years, their run game has really been 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust or Patrick Mahomes doing something on his own. Now, as you guys know, you got a player who can hit the home run, a player who's very, very good in the screen game. And that fits what Andy Reid and that offense likes to do. I mean, think of what Brian Westbrook and those guys back in the days, that they used to do offensively with the Eagles when Andy Reid was there. That's the type of player with a little bit more physicality that the Kansas City's getting. And again, that opens up some things in their offense, but that's going to be huge because with as many losses as they've sustained on that defense and the secondary especially, they're going to have to get back to being more of an offensive team.
Looking at Seattle without Ken Walker, I don't know how many of us were shocked to see Ken leave. I think it's something we expected, but I was a little disappointed not to see them immediately leap on like a Tyler Algier or Rico Dowdle or try to sign someone else. And Steve, just so you have background, I think that everyone loves their own guys. So there are a lot of Seahawks fans that we have as listeners who are like, I love Zach when he comes back, and I love George Halani, and I love the guys they have, but I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable looking at just the guys they have in-house as replacing Walker. Are you expecting Seattle to add?
Absolutely. I mean, look, every team will add a running back a lot of times in the draft, a lot of times in the back end of the draft, or they'll see what running backs may come open down the line in free agency. This is hardly over, but I do think they've got to protect themselves. Zach Charbonnet coming off of that late season knee injury. I mean, you can't just say, okay, he's going to be fine. Maybe eventually he will, but he might not be as explosive as he was initially. So I would fully expect them to add some players, once we get through the draft. Maybe they add somebody sooner. I actually thought they might jump on somebody like a Kenneth Gainwell, who was just such a horse last year for the Steelers. But again, this is what Seattle has done. They're not a big free agency type team. We know last year they got Darnold and DeMarcus Lawrence, and that kind of – you guys have been there long enough. You know this is not a team that goes all in on free agency like other teams.
Yeah, man, it's hard for, I guess, fans to realize that they're more than just the guys who left on this ball club, right? Look at the departure of Ken Walker, Kobe, you got Mafe, Reek now over there with Philly. And you still got some guys. Still got Nick Maware, obviously Sam Darnold, JSN. You just signed Rashid Shaheed. How big is the blow of losing those guys, and how do you view this team now that they're not on the team?
Well, I mean, it's a blow, but they're still, a very good team. I mean, you look at some things the Rams did, and you're like, whoa, okay, the Rams, they addressed their weaknesses by trading for Trent McDuffie and re-signing Cam Curl and going out and getting Jalen Walker to fortify the secondary. Well, you know why they had to fortify the secondary? Because they couldn't stop the Seahawks in the passing game. So, I mean, that's what they had to do. I mean, this is still good. They re-signed Josh Jobe. Okay, they lose Reek Willen, but remember, he was sat down for a while last year, right? They've lost some key players, but the big mistake so many teams, especially winning teams, make is always trying to run it back with the same guys. You've got to freshen it up a little bit at some point, and it happens at every level, high school, college, whatever. You've got to freshen up the roster a little bit. And they're not doing a complete overhaul here. They still have the guts of their team. That defensive front is still pretty much intact. That offensive line is still pretty much intact. That receiving core remains intact. So you look at the strength of this team, that remains intact. So again, you trust John Snyder, you trust the process. This is a team that for years has drafted at the back end of the draft and found players in each round, has made the timely trades. So because of the track record, you say, okay, you've got grace here. We're not panicking. We did just win the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago. Let's see what we can do to continue to run it back in terms of record-wise now that we're the hunted and not the hunter.
I'm really glad you mentioned that of shoring up the secondary because they struggled there at times, and including against Seattle, against Carolina, against a few other teams. I think that it's like the season ended. When the season began, Steve, as you know, the Rams were seen as maybe, having an edge on Seattle. These two teams played each other so closely that I think even though Seattle won the Super Bowl, the season is kind of restarting, and it's, okay, well, what's Seattle going to do to surpass the Rams again? Where do you see the Seahawks in the hierarchy of the NFC? Are they top tier? Are they, in a rung below?
Well, no, they're the top dog. I mean, it's not like one of these teams like you've seen win the Super Bowl and they had five guys who deserve big contracts all come up at once and they leave. Right? We saw Philadelphia has gone through that the past two off seasons where they've lost key players like Milton Williams. Now they lose a Jalen Phillips. Now they lose Nakobe Dean. Right? We've seen that happen with some teams like the Chiefs. That's not happening with the Seahawks. The way that their contracts are structured, now they're gonna come up with it soon. When you've got to pay JSN, when you've got to pay Devin Witherspoon, it happens to every team, but they still have a quarterback on an affordable contract where you can massage some of that as well. So the Seahawks are still at the top. The Rams are going to be viewed as being right there. I think depending on the health of some of the players with the 49ers, people are going to be looking at them getting Mike Evans back. So right now the NFC West, they're still at the top of the food chain when it comes to some of the best teams, but I think people are going to be expecting things from the Bears. We'll see if any of the NFC East teams frighten you now. We know that, the Eagles are what they are, but, it's going to be real interesting to see how those other teams shape up because, like I said, the top 3 teams in the NFC all reside right now in the NFC West.
Sam Darnold was a big story entering the season. Can he run it back? Can he win the big game? He checked a lot of boxes this year, and I'm happy for that dude. But he's still not one of the, I guess, elite quarterbacks. But how has his profile changed for you? What do you see in Sam? What do you like, and what do you think he needs to improve on?
He's a Super Bowl champ. That's how it's changed.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, and look, and people don't view him like, there's been Super Bowl champion. Like, okay, Trent Dilfer's a Super Bowl champ. No, I think people realize Sam Darnold can play. Look at how many teams now are structuring their offseason because of Sam Darnold. Oh, what? Malik Willis. He's had 4 to 6 starts the past couple years for the Packers, but he was rebuilt, under Matt LaFleur. We're going to sign him to a 3-year, contract with $45 million guaranteed. You're going to see the same thing with Kyler Murray. He's probably going to end up with the Vikings. Now, he doesn't need to get a big contract because the Cardinals are paying for that money. But that's like Sam, Baker Mayfield, guys like that have changed the narrative, and they've shown where if you get in proper culture, or get in the proper culture with your organization, you get good coaching, that maybe the talent can finally be tapped into. So, maybe Sam Darnold is not viewed the way that, Matthew Stafford or Jordan Love or Josh Allen is viewed, but he's not viewed as some run-of-the-mill bridge quarterback anymore. That's for sure. He's changed that narrative, and he's got plenty of upside to go.
The Trent Dilfer comps were driving me crazy, Steve. I don't know about you, but we kept hearing that from a lot of people all the way leading up to the Super Bowl, and they meant it in a good way. They meant it as in, oh, the Seahawks can do this. Their defense is so good, and we've seen Trent Dilfer do it. And I felt like it was so disrespectful to not to disrespect Trent Dilfer, but these were 2 different quarterbacks with different skill sets, and this was an offense that, it wasn't as sharp, the passing offense in the last 6 weeks of the season, but they were a top 5 scoring offense compared to what the Ravens did back then. Why do you think people were so quick to make that comparison?
Well, I mean, look, Sam still had the collapse of the year before hanging over his head. He had to get through that, just like Peyton Manning had to get through the New England Patriots. There's always these milestones that people who have something, to prove have to showcase. They have to get there. And once they do, okay, what's the next doubt you can put on me? Give me another carrot to chase if that's what you want to do. And I think that's why you saw some of those comparisons like, oh, they're so reliant on their defense. Well, last I checked, they're hanging 30. Okay, yeah, maybe one of them is a punt return or a kickoff return.
Right.
But that offense is functioning as to where they can run out the clock at the end of a game because they're mixing up the run and the pass. I think the big question now for Seattle, if people want to have one, is the change in OC. Because Clint Kubiak, even before he did all the great stuff he did in Seattle last year, even when he was with New Orleans, people were like, that dude is a tough guy to scheme against, tough guy to plan against. So how is life going to be with a coaching change at that position? Because we've seen that has really impacted some teams. Like, look at Detroit. They were rolling for all these years. They lose Ben Johnson. They change OCs, and look at Philadelphia. I mean, so that to me is going to be the big thing hanging over Seattle if you want to, put a cloud to dampen the hangover than winning a Super Bowl.
One of the more interesting players on our team, personality-wise and potential, is A.J. Barner. I mean, he is I don't know if you've seen any clips of him, Steve, but personality-wise, he's out there. Like a typical tight end.
I know A.J. I love A.J.
Yeah, me too. I love him. What do you think his potential is? I think he could be a top 5 tight end in this league.
1,000%. It's wild how the playoffs kind of made people recognize, like, who is this mammoth human being who can run, who can catch, who can block, and who can talk the talk. I think he has the potential to do great big things. And I think he's someone they're going to have to rely on more now is people are going to be having to take, scheme up defensively to not allow Seattle to take the top off their offense. Because don't think Rachaad White, they're going to design more stuff for him. They got him in mid-season last year. Excuse me. He came in midstream. Now they've got a whole off season to scheme him up. They got JSN to scheme him up because, teams are going to try different things to try to slow him down. So the underneath game is going to be hugely important. And I think A.J. Barner is a guy who can take that leap to the next level, especially once again, reminder, he's coming up in a contract year. So, pretty soon. So those things all kind of dovetail together in terms of his ascension as well.
Speaking of JSN, I think one thing we've seen from some listeners is a real fear about suddenly needing to pay a few guys. And I think that happens for every single team. Every single team with superstars is in a great spot when they're in a tough spot to pay them. What do you make of arguments about you can't pay a top receiver? There's not a strong correlation between paying a top receiver and getting to a Super Bowl. What do you make of that argument?
It depends on the circumstance. How important is that receiver and how much, if you don't pay him and he goes elsewhere, how much are you set back? Right. That's the thing. The Rams are going to have to pay Puka Nacua because of, maybe not this year. They've got time to do it. But you take him off offense and things change significantly, right? You take JSN off that offense, things could change significantly. Just imagine not having him on that offense, what that does. So whoever says, you can't pay him and get to a Super Bowl, okay, don't pay him. Let him go someplace else. Someone else will pay him, and even if he goes someplace and they don't win a Super Bowl, doesn't that kind of take the air out of the tires of your chances to get back to the big game?
Yeah, it's a weird place to be with this team because you're not in a rebuild, but you got to fill some holes, right? Fill some voids. And you got 4 picks this year. What do you think the approach should be with John Schneider? Does he flip that 32 and try to get more? What do you think his approach should be with this draft?
Now that's hard to tell until the draft actually comes up because maybe they've got a player there at 32 who they really want, goes off the board a little earlier. Well, then you trade back. Okay, and maybe because the value for the next player who's on your list isn't a first-round value. So there are different ways you can manipulate this. Maybe somebody comes up and wants a Seahawks player, and you can flip that player in a pick and move up. So it's hard to tell. Only 4 picks does limit you, and the fact that they haven't been super active in free agency goes to show you what they like. But the way the Seahawks operate, again, mid-season trades, things like that, I don't panic on the way they do things because they've done it for so long a certain way and it's worked. And I don't think they're like, well, we have to run it back like we did it in 2015. I think, they've evolved. they've done the proper things to build their team up a certain way, especially with the way this new coaching staff, it's going to be going into its 3rd year, has really established a certain culture there where guys are going to want to play in Seattle, and there's player accountability so the coaches don't have to work as hard in that regard.
He is NFL Network Steve Wyche, kind enough to join us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Thanks for your time, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate you guys.
Have a good one. Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, what's the big Seahawks signing that actually has flown under the radar?
1738. Hey.
I said, hey, what's up? Hello.
Curtis, you never sounded more Caucasian than right now. Said, hey, what's up? Hello. I like it, though. Be yourself,
hey, what's
Curtis.
Up? Hello.
Be yourself. Brady Russell, 38. Okay, I was 1738.
Yeah, I was thinking too much. 17.
38. Who is 17 on the squad? Do we have a 17?
I couldn't tell
think so.
I don't think we do, huh? But yeah, Brady Russell. I spoke to
Speaking of whites,
several dudes in the league that I know that I train, and they said 38 was a problem on special teams. They're like, 38? Oh. I said, man, who's 38? They didn't know his name. I'm like, who was 38? That's Brady Russell,
we call him 1738.
Yeah, we call him 1738 around here. He plays tight end. He plays fullback. He runs out on special teams. These are glue guys. They tender Jake Bobo, glue guy, right? We'll see what they do with Derek Young, glue guy. I know we focus on the guys that are missed, the big names, the Maffes, the Ken Walkers, and all that stuff, and you should. But most football teams are made up of these glue guys who do a little bit of everything, who go down on the best special teams unit in the game and get things done. So I know it's not sexy, but Brady Russell, man, welcome back. They signed him up.
Who's the glue guy on our show or at our station?
Oh my God, you always do this. Who's the glue guy?
Who's the glue guy?
Curtis is probably the glue guy.
Curtis is the glue guy?
Yeah, he fills in the gaps, he produces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're Sam Darnold, I'm JSN.
Gonna be JSN.
You're the quarterback, though.
Okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. Second down. What coach is the type of friend you need in your circle?
This is a loyal individual. The most loyal coach I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
My man said, Gino's still a great player. We just didn't coach him right.
I already know where you're going.
Pete Carroll, man. Even when he just got booted out and Gino signing with the Jets, and I went and I looked at all of Gino's interceptions. I looked at all of them.
From this year?
From this year. And like, out of 17, I believe he threw, say 11 were on him. You know what I mean? Like just poor decisions, poor throws. And who knows how he's being coached up during the week. But you need a guy like Pete Carroll in your circle.
Yeah. Because
no matter what, he's going to have your back. I read the article about him talking about Gino and how they didn't get him ready. He's just making sure that Gino has a future in this league. So Pete Carroll, I appreciate you so much for that. Guys get love from you even when they probably don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But you're just a loyal individual.
Everyone has that one friend. And if you don't, you need that person. You don't need to go for them for advice all the time because they'll always have your back. But sometimes it's really reassuring. I could tell my friend Sierra, I could be like, so of course I had to murder this person. And she'd be like, you did.
Yeah.
You did. Of course you did.
Of course you did.
You know what I mean?
You had no choice.
they just, you were minding your business.
Hey, I got to make a correction. My man Curtis is Portuguese.
Yeah.
That's right. I said Caucasian, but he's Portuguese.
That's Caucasian.
All right, he's Portuguese is not Caucasian.
Yes, it's
pretty Caucasian.
They speak their own language.
They do. You're right.
They're colonizers.
Wow.
Wow. We're going off the end right now. Let's.
Remember when I asked Curtis?
We got a great collection of spices.
Remember when I told Curtis I didn't know that he was Hispanic?
You thought because Portugal is right next to Spain.
I don't know what I thought.
But
I frankly
then,
don't
yeah.
know what I thought. That's right up there with my Home Depot moment and just like
oh my gosh.
dumb things I've said that I regret.
We all do it.
Third down. What rare dynamic duo are you going to miss?
The Great Whites. Speaking of white folks, the Great Whites.
I know.
Blankenship is with the Texans
the exciting
now.
Whites.
Cooper DeJean, I don't know, however you say it, is still with Philly. I mean, it's rare to get that dynamic duo back there, man. They were so fun to watch together. I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah.
It was for the culture, man. It's just whole thing about race. I need to chill, man.
Well, no, I don't
start
think
calling
you do
me
because
racist
now
and
there's
stuff.
an opening.
Someone called me racist yesterday.
Why?
Someone called me racist yesterday.
You are
because I
racist.
said Latino people are passionate and affectionate. And they're like, oh, this racist. My wife is this and that. I'm like, all right, this is I think it's a bad thing. Now I'm talking about the Great Whites, the two white
They're
DBs.
excited. You got to stop saying Great Whites.
The exciting. What's their nickname?
The exciting Whites.
Exciting Whites. My bad. My bad.
Great Whites. All I know is there's an opening now for the Exciting Whites category, and Curtis and I would like to apply.
Yeah? I mean,
That's what I see.
Yeah.
I see it as like there is now a vacant position in the Exciting Whites group.
Hey, I mean, y'all send your applications in. I'm not the one to decide whether you guys are.
You're not overseeing the applications.
I'm just in the room, hanging out. But I'm gonna miss that duo, man. They were fun to watch, and it's not just because of what they look like. Like they were legit fun to watch, man.
Can you imagine if you said it was because of what they look like? I just liked watching them back there.
Hey, it's like when you see a black dude on a golf course, it's like, and he just smacks and he's killing it. Like I feel a responsibility. If I'm on the course and there's a bunch of like 6-year-old white dudes watching me play, I'm like, Bump, lock it in. Lock it in. Let's go. This is different out there. You know what I mean?
Fourth down. Do not make this one about race.
I'm not. People will be on my head now. I love everybody, man. It's just, we got to be able to talk about things like this and be okay.
Okay, you have 1 full minute left to not talk about race at all. Anything stand out from Steve Wyche?
He said you can't just run it back with the same squad. This isn't basketball. You know, in basketball, you have your starting five, and the Warriors had their starting five for years, and just ran it back and ran it back. And football is different, man. Guys age differently. Schemes change a bit. Teams adjust to you.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is. You got to freshen up the roster, man. And he said the world saw who A.J. Barner was, and I love that. A.J. Barner is going to be a top 5 running back tight end in this league.
Mark your calendars for Wednesday, March 18th. We'll tell you why next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Brock and Salk.
I got a text from a friend that said, I'm having a discussion with a buddy.
Morning 6 to 10.
He says the Mariners are better than last year. I told him I'd get your expert opinion. Well, I appreciate being labeled an expert in this case.
Did you answer?
I did answer.
On paper, you would see that this is a more mature team and a complete team.
Brock and Salk. Morning 6 to 10 on the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Whether I'm catching up with friends or family, Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue is the place. Hey, Brock Heward here, and I love Sea Star's welcoming atmosphere and polished service, which make conversations flow easily and everyone leaves impressed. It's the same quality and hospitality Sea Star and Chef John Howie have been known for decades. And now an amazing deal. 3-course dinners in the lounge every night from open to close starting at just $50. Go check it out. Find the details at SeaStarRestaurant.com, SeaStarRestaurant.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about St. Patrick's Day, a time for parades, green beer, and even leprechauns. But drinking holidays are also a time when DUI patrols are out in full force. Here's who won't be wearing green, those boys in blue. And they'll pinch you whether you are or not. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we want you to stay safe. So make sure to have a designated driver, because if you look in your rearview mirror and see a rainbow of lights, you could be paying a pot of gold in fines. DUI laws never take a break. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation in Seattle, Everett, or Tacoma. If you get a DUI this St. Paddy's Day, don't count on the luck of the Irish to get you through. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
At Bible Law Group, our team reflects the same lessons learned by our founder, James Bible, while playing for legendary Husky coach Don James. Coach James always said it's amazing what gets done when nobody claims credit. That's the philosophy we carry into every case, because your victory is what matters at Bible Law Group. When your legal problems hit biblical levels and you feel like you're stuck in a lion's den of litigation, you need a legal team that won't back down. At Bible Law, we've secured over $40 million in settlements for our clients, and we're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king. With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge. He wants more, he's got to have more. More bedtime true crime. More podcasts in the shower. Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More. more fast internet speeds.
Got the geeks to go big, bring 'em the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantifiers on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service, and speed in select locations only.
This week's First Mark Challenge victory, well, it goes to Mike. Hey, Mike, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
My wife and I moved here from New York City and found this great guy. It got pricey, but because he was good to us over the years, we stayed loyal to him. But then one day I got an increase that was quite unacceptable. So I made one phone call. I didn't do any shopping. My wife told me to call First Mark.
Mike, were they able to save you and your family money?
Oh, yes. It was over $100 a month.
What would you tell others they can expect when they call First Mark?
The most competitive pricing that you can find. And they had terrific customer service. Even if you're on the phone with them, you can tell they have a smile on their face, so you can tell they love what they're doing.
Do you wish you would have made that call earlier?
I was just kicking myself as you were speaking because I didn't do it sooner.
Well, you just heard. Mike did it. My family did it. You got to do it, too. It's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. That's firstmarkinsurance.com.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Mark your calendars for Wednesday, March 18th. Why? Because NFL Films season highlight movie of the 2025 Super Bowl champion Seahawks will debut on the Roku channel. The 75-minute film was narrated by The Walking Dead's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, a huge Seahawk fan. The film looks back at the Seahawks 2025 season through game broadcast footage, including extended highlights of Seattle's victory over the Patriots in Super Bowl 60. They also include coverage from the championship parade, behind-the-scenes footage captured by the team. Additionally, Super Bowl champions, the 2025 Seahawks, features the largest compilation of player and coach wired sound from throughout the season ever for an NFL Films championship documentary.
I love this, man. I remember growing up watching NFL Films, just the behind-the-scenes type stuff. I think that allows people to really get in touch with just the chemistry and camaraderie of this team, man. It's something special. I can't wait to see this, man. They got the most sound of all time. Why not? And with this team, with all the personalities you have on this team, I think it's going to be a great watch.
NFL Films can make a 2-win team look like they've won the Super Bowl. So imagine how good a Super Bowl champion will look over 75 minutes worth of film.
What moment from the season are you guys most looking forward to seeing when it comes to behind-the-scenes footage? And I'm talking about stuff we'll actually see, right?
It's
like some mic'd-up moments.
Easy, Thursday night against the Rams.
I was going to say, I want to hear the audio of them deciding to challenge the 2-point conversion.
Ooh,
or like what's going on in the headset. Like,
yeah.
I think that was a backwards pass.
And then Seattle's successful, well, both were successful, but very obviously successful conversion to Eric Sauber. Like kind of like that moment and the moment leading up to it. We did see a version of mic'd up with that. Like we've seen that footage, but I think that they're going to spend a good chunk of this. I would imagine there's an outsized chunk of this dedicated to each of those Rams games.
I want to hear Sam Darnold's composure in the huddle. Can I please hear him talk to his boys in the huddle, get the play out? Because quarterbacks always give a nugget. You know, like say it's the first drive of the series. All right, boys, we're going to go now. We're going to get this thing done. Boom, we'll get the play out. Hey, make sure you do this. Hey, you know, it's just like, take me back to the huddle. I miss the huddle so much.
You know what's interesting? I'm so much more curious about the games in the regular season and that playoff game against the Rams than I am about the Super Bowl. I mean, the Super Bowl's great, obviously. Like, I want to see that footage, but we've seen a lot from that. I want to go back and watch, you know, game against the Bucs. What went wrong? What was it like? What was the sideline, you know, feeling like in that game? Because that was a crazy back and forth. That was the moment when I think I started believing that Sam Darnold could do something special this year.
Yeah, he went off. Would you throw for 300 that game, I believe?
Both quarterbacks just absolutely, it was a shootout, just back and forth constantly. Both were phenomenal. Sam just made the last mistake. So...
Did he make a mistake? Oh, it hit the helmet, right? Oh boy.
Which, like, you can't pin entirely, but yeah, sure, we'll call it a mistake. But I didn't put that loss on Sam Darnold at all. That was just a bad defensive day.
Sam went for 341, completed 82% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, he was locked there.
You can't even be upset with him in any way for that game. But I think that game is when I thought, oh. I thought that they'd have to just be able to run the ball. By then, they hadn't done it really effectively. I thought they'd have to run the ball, play excellent defense. You're watching this going, wait a minute, what if they can do something crazy here. But yeah, I think Thursday night against the Rams, you guys are right. Well, there are no more undefeated teams in college basketball. This after Miami of Ohio lost to UMass in the MAC quarterfinals, 87-83. Miami of Ohio will now have to make the NCAA tourney as an at-large team. Their record is now 31-1.
If you listen to the college basketball experts, they don't want them in, especially if they lost this game. They're thinking their schedule is too easy, even if they
there was that whole report about them asking a number of top programs.
Yeah, they asked close to 100 schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's out. Like, that's public knowledge now. What do you guys feel about it? Unfair?
Put them in.
I say put them in.
Put them in. Yeah.
This is what you want. They're not going to win it.
Yeah.
But going forward, you have to change the requirements. Like, listen, you gotta schedule one top 25 in your schedule.
But what if they won't agree to do it? Because they are in that weird place of like, they're also a team that those schools don't necessarily want to schedule because those schools want their cupcake.
Exactly. Because you're going to, if let's say Miami, Ohio agreed to a game against Kansas.
Sure.
Kansas is going to have to pay Miami of Ohio to show up to their gym. That's how these non-conference games work. And Kansas probably is smart enough to know this team's got some guys. It is an accomplishment to go through any regular season undefeated, regardless of strength of schedule. Like, I think Miami of Ohio should be proud of what they did in the regular season for sure. But like, these power conference schools, they don't want to lose those bye games. You don't want to spend $100,000 only to end up with a loss. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're an athletic department that's already, counting every penny that comes and goes.
But what do you do? What I'm saying is, like, what's the solution for Miami of Ohio?
It's more on the committee.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You can require Miami of Ohio. Like, we're going to require schools to have this level of strength of schedule, period. But then what if they can't get that strength of schedule because schools decline?
Well, and you can't be in charge of how good your opponent is. Like, ultimately, your opponent has to win too. Like, that's something you can't control, is how good a team is that you're facing.
So what's their path now? Like, what's it look like?
So they will have to wait on Selection Sunday to hear their name. The MAC will send an automatic qualifier. It'll be whoever wins that conference tournament.
Okay.
But Sunday they will have probably that camera that every school on the bubble gets when CBS has their Selection Sunday school or Sunday show, Sunday school. When they have their Selection Sunday show, and then like once their name pops up on the bracket, you see everybody go crazy.
What are the odds they don't get it? Are you guys expecting them to be? Yeah.
I think it's small.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to win this tournament. They'll be out in the first round.
Okay. How do other NBA players feel about Bam Adebayo's 83-point performance? Giannis spoke to the media yesterday and said, Bump. He does disagree with you. He said Bam's final point total is what we will remember about that night, just as we did with Kobe's 81.
I haven't seen the game. I have to watch the game and see.
36 of 43 from the line.
Free throws?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you get there. All that matters is
that you
got it. 10, 20, 30 years from now, nobody's going to remember how many free throws he shot. I don't think I remember how many shots Kobe shot or how many free throws he made or threes. All you remember is 81, Wilt, 100. You don't remember that, So at the end of the day, he got 83 points, and obviously, did they won?
They did.
Great way to help your team win a game. I know that his family, his close friends, they're extremely excited and happy for him. And again, it speaks volume in his hard work. I know Bam. He works his butt off every single day. He never cheats the game, and seeing a guy like him doing something like this is incredible.
Do you agree 10 to 20 years from now, all we're going to remember about this performance is that he scored 83, the second most by player in a game ever?
Yeah, for the most part, that's all people are going to look at. But the real ones are going to look at the stats and really try to figure this out. And that's the first person I've heard, not the first, but it's been overwhelming people breaking down how we got it as opposed to just the 83, because those are the real basketball heads, okay? Respect Bam, 83. No one's ever done 83. Second most all time. Good for you. But the context will be lost over the years.
This next story is a little wild. It's about the baseball card market. It's exploded in recent years, but we all know to watch out for fakes, stolen merch. In fact, apparently you can't even trust church leaders.
Goes all the way to the top.
It goes all the way to the top. The head priest of a Pittsburgh church is facing, did I skip that word, Curtis? Yes.
Episcopal.
Thank you. Is facing charges after being accused of stealing more than $1,000 worth of baseball cards from a Walmart. Sir, you're a priest. You wear the cloth.
He's looking for like Paul Skeens cards, I'm guessing. He's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, he's a Pirates fan. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. Aiden Smith, that's his name, and stealing cards is his game. He was arrested February 27th with 27 packs of baseball cards concealed under his clothing and in a cardboard box.
Do you think he went there in his, like,
Father.
his robe?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. If I was going to steal things, 1,000%. I would steal all the time. I mean, I wouldn't. It's not, you shouldn't do that.
I read the news story
no
about it. He showed up to the same Walmart 4 days in a row.
That's bold.
That's weird. Okay.
That's bold.
You have blown your cover by showing up to the scene of the crime 4 days in a row.
The 42-year-old was caught on security video taking the cards, leaving without paying. It was valued, like I said, at just over $1,000.
God will forgive him. He's fine.
How are you gonna? Come on, man.
I mean, it's not right, but he knows. He knows God forgives. He knows God forgives. He's like,
it's one of the 10 Commandments, right?
Opening day is almost here, and we're sending one of you and a friend to experience it like never before. Imagine getting front row access to the opening day ceremonies, player intros, and first pitch, and so much more, all from the field. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and then click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, that's okay. Text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776. We will send you a link to download. You can also download it from the App Store. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Friday, March 18th. Get into baseball with Yahoo Sports. Jake Mintz at noon.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
Excited to speak with Kate Anderson with us, knowing there are a lot of eyes on you. There are a lot of people that are excited about your potential. And is that something you're even really aware of, or are you just tunnel vision on what you're working on?
Just really trying to take it all in. Like, the cameras are cameras. It's kind of part of it if you want to play professional baseball anyway. So really just try to take it all in, try to get as much information I can out of the vets, and just having a blast so far.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
It's funny how you get used to things in not so ideal condition around the house. It's Dave Wyman here, and for me, it was old windows. After 20 years in our home, virtually every window had a broken seal. We got used to cold drafts, outside noises, and condensation. And if you're in the same boat, use this spring to say goodbye to the old, dreary windows and hello to your new exclusive windows from Harley Exteriors. Right now, they're having a spring cleaning sale to complete your home makeover. If you buy 10 windows, you can choose between 20% off your entire project or get a free door. On top of that, make 0 payments and accumulate 0 interest for up to 12 months for qualified buyers. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade, manufactured right here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Call 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today at harleyexteriors.com.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Opening day is just days away, and we want to send you and a friend to experience it like never before. Get front row access to the opening ceremonies, player introductions, first pitch, and more, all from the field. To enter, just open the Seattle Sports app and hit the Win tab. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances. Better Hustle contest runs through March 18th from the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to PendergastLaw.com. That's PendergastLaw.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
During yesterday's show, we played you this cut from Dominique Foxworth, who said that Kyler Murray signing with the Vikings, should that happen, would put Minnesota on the level of the Rams.
I'm not sure that Kyler has to change the way that he plays as much as O'Connell has to change the way that he coaches. When Kyler is playing well, he's as good as just about anybody in football. So if they can find a way to sustain that success that he's had MVP level runs
2 years ago
for over 6, 7, 8 games. So I guess in my mind, if you can create that, we're looking at the best team right up there with the Rams in the NFC. Like this could change.
You think Minnesota, if Kyler's playing at a high level, is just as good as the Rams?
Absolutely. I know the defense is going to be good. You get Justin Jefferson at the highest level possible. If Kyler Murray can play his best football, #1 overall drafted quarterback for an extended period of time, they are as good as the Rams.
No mention of Seattle there, the actual winner of the Super Bowl and the NFC champion, and I thought that was interesting. So earlier this hour, when we had Steve Wyche on, we said, all right, well, hey, Steve, we've been hearing still a lot of praise for the Rams. Understandable. They played Seattle very close, but Seattle won a Super Bowl, so who's top dog right now?
No, they're the top dog. I mean, it's not like one of these teams like you've seen win the Super Bowl and they had 5 guys who deserve big contracts all come up at once and they leave.
Right.
right? We saw Philadelphia has gone through that the past 2 off seasons where they've lost key players like Milton Williams. Now they lose a Jalen Phillips. Now they lose Nakobe Dean, right? We've seen that happen with some teams like the Chiefs. That's not happening with the Seahawks. The way that their contracts are structured, now they're gonna come up with it soon when you've got to pay JSN, when you've got to pay Devin Witherspoon, like it happens to every team, but they still have a quarterback on an affordable contract where you can massage some of that as well. So the Seahawks are still at the top. The Rams are going to be viewed as being right there. I think depending on the health of some of the players with the 49ers, people are going to be looking at them getting Mike Evans back. So right now the NFC West is still at the top of the food chain when it comes to some of the best teams, but I think people are going to be expecting things from the Bears. We'll see if any of the NFC East teams frighten you now. We know that, the Eagles are what they are, but, it's going to be real interesting to see how those other teams shape up because, like I said, top 3 teams in the NFC all reside right now in the NFC West.
But who's top dog? Who's top dog right now in the NFC?
I mean, the Hawks are until you knock them off.
Fair.
Right? I mean, they're the champs. When you win an heavyweight title, you're not looking at a contender and saying, oh, man, the potential with that number 1 contender, he might be the best. Let's give him the belt. No, you have the belt until someone knocks you off. Right? I can go maybe 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and then I could reevaluate and say, all right, well, maybe this team's better right now. Maybe this team is better right now. And the reason why I hesitated is because I'm looking at those dang Rams, and I'm saying, I see what you're doing over there. I see what you got coming back. You didn't lose the things that we lost. But until you square up and hit us in the chin and we drop, you got to say it's the Seahawks. Yeah, there are teams in the division, in the conference, who I think have gotten better. Believe it or not, the Cowboys have gotten better, okay? Philly, we'll see what they do with A.J. Brown. Detroit, I don't know. Who's the running back that is picked up? Who's the running back that is picked up?
To replace Singletary. Curtis, who's the running back that just landed with Detroit to replace Singletary?
No, it was Montgomery.
Montgomery, just kidding. Not Singletary.
What the heck? Anyway, the Detroit Lions, the 49ers. I mean, these are teams that are going to be competitive. The Chicago Bears, I think, are going to be better next year. But you're standing at the top of the mountain and games. Pacheco, yeah. But no games have been played. So until you play those games, you got to put respect on Seattle. I can understand why Dominique would say Minnesota. One, is his job to come up with these scenarios and hot takes. And if Kyler Murray, I was trying to find the season where I thought Kyler Murray was just ridiculous. And I can't find that run that he was talking about. Because in 2025, he only played in 5 games. 2024, he played in all of them. 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But I do remember a stint where he was just going nuts.
Yeah, there was a period in the first half where they were the last undefeated team, and then they kind of fell off.
Yeah, but he always ends up around 3,000 yards, 20-something touchdowns, double-digit interceptions. That's a big ask of him to play that way throughout a full season because he's never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So can Kevin O'Connell unlock something? Maybe. But until you knock down the champ, man, you got to put the Seahawks on top.
Yeah, I think that Kyler Murray is the most talented quarterback remaining in free agency. And Kyler Murray, you could argue, any free agent currently remaining is the likeliest to alter the course of a team season. If that team's Minnesota, it becomes really intriguing because they have so many weapons outside of quarterback. I get it. I totally do. I also get why everyone's looking at the Rams going, oh, they just added McDuffie. They added some other pieces.
Yeah.
But I go back to something else Wyche said during that conversation, which was, yeah, the Rams had to add to their secondary because that secondary was getting beat by Seattle.
Yeah.
So, the starting point that they had for their defense was not where Seattle's defense is. It doesn't mean they were bad. They were a top 5 to 10 defense in several different categories. But they were not as good as Seattle.
No.
So the idea that these two teams are completely equal and that Seattle only lost and LA only gained is also false. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were the same and Seattle lost Walker.
Rams have gained
more than Seattle has.
Yes.
But Seattle's defense was better than the Rams.
Yeah, and what did you lose on your defense?
You lost Kobe Bryant, Boye Mafe.
Reek.
But you still have the rest of your defensive line.
Yeah, I'm with you, but in reality, the Rams have gained more. That doesn't mean that they're going to come out and just be a better team. But we're talking about loss and gains. Yeah, the Rams have gained some more, but you still got to go out and play the game.
Yeah.
Right? Until you play the game, anyone can get it, right? Oh, Minnesota, oh, the Rams, oh, don't forget about the Raiders, oh, Philly. Who has the belt?
Okay, how about this? Why assume, and I'm leaning on a texter for sending this in right now, I think that people are also, I sound like I'm disrespecting the Rams, and I'm not. I think they're an exceptional team. I'm nervous every time Seattle plays them. But this is also assuming that Matthew Stafford remains an MVP candidate and that Sam Darnold regresses. Why not assume that, if you're going to assume that JSN will regress from 1,700 yards, which in all likelihood he will, why not assume Puka Nacua will regress from 1,700 yards?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that we're keeping LA exactly where they were and assuming so much more regression for Seattle?
Because of Matthew Stafford, because of Sean McVay.
I don't think a 38-year-old Matthew Stafford is going to play like an MVP.
He don't have to play like MVP.
He doesn't, but that's how they got there.
Here's what, yeah, and they still didn't win it. And when they won it, he wasn't playing like an MVP.
That's actually very true.
So it's hard for us to give the Rams any love because we don't like these guys.
I know.
Okay? Truth of the matter is,
they're very good.
You're going to have to go through this team who's been good for about 6 seasons now.
What was it that you were saying the other day? The teams, the annual,
the annual contenders.
Yes, that's what it was.
They're part of that group.
Yep.
We're trying to get in that group.
Yeah.
But I'll still take our squad right now.
Jump into baseball next with Yahoo Sports' Jake Mintz.
All week long, Wyman and Bob are broadcasting live from Mariners spring training in Peoria, Arizona. Every afternoon starting at 2.
I cannot wait to get down there.
The expectations.
Based on what we saw last year, what they've done in the offseason, that's not kooky talk, Dave. No, it's not.
Your favorite Mariners.
If you want to get here and you want to do this, you have to have those expectations.
Wyman and Bob live at Mariners spring training all week long on the home of your AL West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Spring and summer, it's right around the corner. So if you haven't called PCF about getting started on your new deck, well, right now is the time. With a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long. And right now, you can get up to $6,000 off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Save an additional $1,500 when you bundle your deck and patio cover. Some restrictions do apply, but do what we did. Contact PCF for all the details and start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build by the spring. Planning and permits, they can take a little time, so please don't wait. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and they got some great entertainment coming through, like Hinder on April 4th, Pop 2000 Tour in August, and then, yes, Queensryche in October. All the info at snocasino.com. And while you're there, you got to check out the Falls Buffet, serving up all your favorites, prime rib every day, fresh pasta, delicious stir-fry, pizzas, salad bar, dessert bar, the pies made every day. It is Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hour-and-a-half drive here. To have fun here for 8 to 9 hours a day versus if it's the other way around, then I'll take it.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and we made it through dry January. But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Yup, more energy and the peace of mind knowing we can enjoy the good things in life while giving our liver the love it needs.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Team USA advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC thanks to Italy's win over Mexico last night in pool play. That means tomorrow at 5 p.m. it's USA versus Team Canada. Winner advances to face either South Korea or the Dominican Republic.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Opening day is almost here, and we're sending one of you and a friend to experience it like never before. So imagine getting front row access to the opening ceremonies, player introductions, the first pitch, and so much more, all from the field. To enter, all you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and then click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, that's okay. Just text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. You can also download it on the App Store for free. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Friday, March 18th. Bump, did you see the new post from a press conference with Mark DeRosa?
Maybe.
He's saying, no, actually, I did know. I knew that we had to win that game.
Baloney.
And I couldn't tell if it was real. I was like, is this AI? Because you know how things are just like generated by AI.
Hope it's AI.
I'm like such a boomer. But I was like, there's no way this is real. He already said that he didn't know. Like, he already confirmed.
I hope it's AI.
I don't know. It was on Talking Baseball. I'm trying to figure out and get to the bottom of it here. We're going to be joined by Yahoo Sports' Jake Mintz right now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Jake, how's it going?
How's it going? It's good. I'm walking around the backfields at St. Louis Cardinals camp. I'm down here in Florida.
Oh, my God. Okay, so we have a lot of questions about the Mariners, but we do have to start with WBC for obvious reasons, and with that, we have to start with Mark DeRosa's comments. I'm seeing a new video of DeRosa saying there are false narratives out there. I was well aware. Is that real?
So I was not there.
Okay.
I was not in Houston.
Yes.
So I do not know what, and I do not know when. I think there are two different ways we can go about this, right? There's like Sherlock Holmesing the timeline, which is kind of fun to do.
I enjoy
like, what
it.
did he know and when did he know it, right? But I actually don't know how much that matters, right? Like, yeah, it's bad if he didn't know. But it's also, even if he did know the rules, like, they lost Like, and the vibe around that team is bad one way or the other.
Yeah.
But as far as the specific question goes, like, do I think he knew when he was speaking on TV? No, I do not think he knew. Do I think he knew when he showed up to the park? Yes, I think someone told him when he got to the park. That's just my personal opinion. That's not like, been told to me like by Mark DeRosa's brother-in-law or whatever. But I actually think it matters less than we think.
How do you feel about the USA's approach to this the WBC? I think everyone should be themselves, right? Japan does it their way. Mexico does it their way. The DR does it their way. For me, it just feels
the
like
DR does it the fun way.
The fun way. Like, to me, I just want our guys to loosen up and have a bit more fun. The whole Cal Randy thing. We're hearing that Cal was told not to shake Randy's hand because it's a team rule. I'm just like, man. To me, in my experience, loose athletes have the most fun. How do you feel about the U.S. approach to this whole thing?
It's a little tight. It's a little business-like.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about the dynamic, in my opinion, is they are both taking this too seriously and not seriously enough at the same time. Like, they're very, intense about it, which I guess is a good thing, but it's coming across as hardo instead of focused. And then the way that the players, especially the pitchers, are being used, and the way the lineups are being constructed and guys are floating in and out, that's a lack of seriousness. So it is very odd. But yeah, you do want guys to be themselves. I think that you're totally right. I just don't know how much of the energy around it is contrived and how much of it is genuine, just because I haven't been around it. So I don't really know if I can speak to that dynamic. But I think back, the scene in Miracle, the hockey movie where Herb Brooks is like, I ain't looking for the best players. I'm looking for the right ones.
Right.
Yeah, we have all the best players, and it feels silly to construct a roster without them. But and I don't want to, again, the guys I put on the team are the guys I had to put on the team. What are you going to do? Leave Gunnar Henderson at home? But at the same time, it didn't work, Now, I know they're still in the tournament, and honestly, they're still the favorite to win. But the vibes have not been sparkling thus far.
Is that a result of really high expectations, so you just don't get to have as much fun, which is weird because I know that the DR also has high expectations? Or is it from the top down, where it's okay, the people setting the tone just don't get it?
I think there's a couple different ways. There's a couple different dynamics, right? I think that the U.S. team, because the culture of baseball in MLB is very American, and you can debate what that means. I don't really want to get into that right now, but when the USA players go to Team USA camp, they're going into a similar environment to the one they're in every day, right? Most of the people are speaking English all the time, and 20 to 18 to 15 of the players on your MLB team are American. For all these other countries, it's the exact opposite, right? You might have another Dominican in your room, you might have another Venezuelan in your room, or a Panamanian. But when you go into a locker room where everyone else is from where you're from, it's just something that I don't know how the USA can compete with that, right? And then there's the dynamic of being the favorite, which does make it harder. The expectations are win or not. But USA basketball has figured this out to a certain extent. And again, if you had to make me bet, which I do not do, I would probably still pick them to win. And I think we might just forget about all this in a week's time. But you're right. Where we're at now, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's WBC. I love it, man. It's like a display of cultures from all across the world, man. You got the Italians taking shots in the coffee shots in the dugout. It's the Japanese, super humble. I appreciate it all. I just look at our team, the U.S., and how diverse this country is. You would think they'd be a bit more loose, but you know what? They're in the knockout round, so you go ahead and do your thing. But I want to ask you about just the Mariners, man. I'm coming into this season, and it makes me nervous because expectations have never been like this, at least since I've been watching these guys the past 10 or 15 years. It's exciting, but it makes me nervous. What needs to happen at the beginning of this season for the Mariners to kind of live up to these expectations?
I think everyone needs to remember that it's 6 months. You know, teams have gotten off to slow starts, and the small sample size gods may frown down upon the Seattle Mariners at the beginning of the year. It could happen. Look, or they could get off to a hot start. But you can't panic. And I don't think they will. I think there's just too much talent on the roster for that. But yeah, like the Cal Randy stuff is certainly weird, although I don't really think it's that important right now, to be honest.
Speaking of Cal, when you talk with people around baseball, what are the not only expectations for his season, but do you find that there's more excitement or just generally more doubt from people? Like, not doubt that he'll repeat 60. That's going to be tough to do, but I guess that he's a different kind of hitter.
In a certain way, he was so preposterously good last year that I think everyone knows he can't do that again because no one does that again. Like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani do that again. And maybe Cal Raleigh is like on that level. I don't know. But like, I think if you truth serumed Cal Raleigh and you were like, how many home runs will you hit this year? I don't think he'd say 60. You know, like that's an outrageous. Yeah. It's like he set the bar so high. Of course, he's not going to reach it. I think Cal Raleigh can be so much worse than he was last year and still be the best catcher in the American League. That is a gift, right? That is certainly not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's that's almost weird to say, right? He could be so much worse than he was and still be the best catcher in the game. That just exemplifies what type of season he had. What do you expect from Julio? I got to remind myself, man, that he's only, 24 years old, 24, 25 years of age, and he's progressed. Is there a part of his game that you want to see kind of pop this year?
Consistency, man. It's not even about, like, pop. We've seen it in spurts. We've seen it in month-long stints. And even as Julio is, like, not going full, like, he's not fully capitalizing on all of his skills. He hasn't done it over a full season. He's still one of the best players in the sport over his tenure in Seattle, right? And, like the floor is just so high with what he is. And so the question is, can he do it over a full season? Like, I think at some point in his career, he will have, like, a 10 wins above replacement season when he just puts it all together over a full year. And so for him, right, it is actually getting off to a hot start because he's gotten off to such slow starts in previous years that he's working from a deficit as far as his stat line is concerned. So I would like to see him get going pretty early in April.
Bump mentioned earlier the expectations for Seattle just being something that's kind of new for us, and that means they can no longer be the sexy underdog pick. So if it's not going to be the Seattle Mariners, then who do you have as a team where you're like, man, I'm keeping my eye on them because I can't count them out?
I think the Pirates of Pittsburgh are a team I'm thinking about. They have the top prospect in all of baseball, Connor Griffin. He's really excited a lot of people down here in spring training. Unclear if he's going to make the team out of camp or not, but like he's the type of, scouts call him aircraft carriers. Like he can carry a franchise. He is potentially transcendent for them. When you pair him with Skeens in what looks to be like kind of a weak National League, I think the Pirates are a club that could sneak in to a wild card spot in the NL. And then in the American League, man, American League is weird. I'm really just like fascinated in what the American League East is going to be. Right? Blue Jays won the World Series last year. The Yankees spent the offseason just building the same roster they had. Baltimore made some cool moves. Red Sox traded for a lot of guys, and the Rays were there too. So I think those are I'm very interested in the AL East, and I'm very interested in the Pirates.
How do you feel about Cole Young at second base? He had some moments last year, came through clutch, I believe his first start, our first appearance for the Mariners. What do you project for him?
So it's interesting, right? Because for Cole Young, he's a young player, and yet in a weird way, like, not like the clock is ticking on him or anything, but like, Cole Emerson's coming, and he needs to kind of show that he can be a dude pretty, not quickly, but like Brendan Donovan is going to be entrenched there for the next little bit. And so he, the leash is not as long as you might expect from a player his age.
Can I ask a question that's like kind of tired? And I totally get that because it's been talked to death, but I still find it interesting.
Who isn't tired?
Right?
Well, I'm tired.
I know it's been a long spring for you already, but no, that's about the Dodgers. You mentioned looking at teams in the National League, and you said, I got to be honest, the National League as a whole is kind of weak, so there's some room there for a team to come in and surprise you. And of course, that doesn't include the Dodgers. Do you find, because you guys have to talk about the league as a whole all year long, and so that means talking about the Dodgers all year long. Do you find that in your own conversations with, like let's say you and Jordan, or, in conversations you have with people around the league, that the feeling is like, oh, this kind of makes it boring, less interesting? Or do you tend to think like, oh, well, actually, this is way more interesting? Like, how do you view it as a whole? Just kind of their, I don't even want to say monopoly, but the way that they're building.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a couple different ways to hop into the conversation. But, I think that the mechanics of baseball, particularly the way that spring training, or not spring training, wow, I'm in spring training brain. The way that October works is such a small sample size that the Dodgers could just totally lose. Now, I know they didn't the last 2 years. I am aware of that. I was there. But, they were inches away from losing to the Blue Jays. Remember?
A couple times.
Multiple times. Multiple times, right? And if Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is just a foot further off their base, are we talking about this? Now, we are talking about this, right? And so it does matter. I do not think that other teams and players have the same sense of, I'll say, hopelessness or aimlessness that fans kind of have about it. These guys are going into work every day and they're trying to win a World Series, And are they not off put? Are they concerned by the way that the Dodgers are operating? Yeah, maybe, because they could do things that other teams can't do. But also, they're going to go into work every day and they're going to try and win. As far as players and staff are concerned, it doesn't really change their behavior. I do find it really difficult to talk about just because multiple things can be true at the same time. I think that the money that they're bringing into the sport is awesome. And yet I do think that Ohtani has just broken the financial scale in a way that cannot be ignored.
Yeah. He is, Jake Mintz, kind enough to join us in what's been a very busy spring training / WPC coverage chaos. So we appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thanks, Jake.
It is my pleasure. I'm excited to continue watching the WBC down here in Florida.
It'll be awesome. Thanks so much, man. Have a good one.
I'll see you.
Let's get to Headline Rewrites.
Extra, extra, rewrite!
Headline Rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, Italy blew out Mexico 9-1, which means Team USA backed their way into the knockout round. What's the real headline?
Last night's biggest winner was clearly Mark DeRosa.
Yeah, man, that would have been a bad look if we would have lost that one. Or if Mexico would have scored 4 or less runs and won that. Yeah, whatever. The scenarios are done.
The scenarios are over.
It's
we
over.
don't need to worry about it anymore.
Italy did it. I tuned in when they were up 4-1, 5-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then watched the rest of it. I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap. Thank you, Italy. I just didn't like old boy Vinny talking after the game.
What?
Vinny, come get these
You
hands.
didn't like it. This is what Vinny said.
That was unbelievable, huh? You're welcome, USA. We were thinking of you guys over at your hotel. We were thinking of you guys, so I'm glad you guys could join us in the party.
You didn't like Pasquatch calling out Team USA?
Listen, he said you're welcome, USA, like he don't have USA area code and zip code. You know what I'm saying? I get you playing for Italy. You got to rep Italy for sure. But the way you said it made it seem like you chilling in Rome. You know what I mean? Like, you're born in Virginia, dog. Let's not get it twisted. You got to come back here. But I get you being, representing your country or whatnot. Yeah. And we appreciate your help. He balled out, too. Can't even deny.
I got that new Mark DeRosa.
Oh, yes. Yeah, can you play it, please?
This is from his morning press conference today, basically denying that he ever said that he thought Team USA had already clinched.
We went into that game prepared to win it. I think there's a couple false narratives out there, but no, I was well aware that we had to win that game based on all the scenarios that could take place. I mean, they went in 2-0, we went in 2-0. We knew they were playing Mexico the next day. We knew there was tiebreaker rules involved. So I can understand the questions about lineup and pitching situations. We were up against a lot of guardrails with regards to teams, the deployment of certain relievers, how many pitches they can use, whether they can go back out, whether they can clean up innings. And you're just trying to piece it together in real time.
Okay, now tell me if this sounds like someone who is well aware.
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get some guys off their feet, no question about it. I'd like to get Goldie a start. And he has been awesome, just a leader of men behind the scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals.
That doesn't sound like someone. I don't know, man. I feel the calls coming from inside the house. I think that's where the false narrative came from.
Didn't we hear that the U.S. low-key celebrated too? But
yes.
we're
So,
moving along.
yeah, I have that one. This was John Boy.
So after beating Mexico and punching their ticket to the next round, they celebrated accordingly. Guys had fun.
Not only that ended up on the bus, that ended up back at the hotel. There was some guys dragging today.
Oh my God,
Mark.
This is embarrassing. You're embarrassing us in front of the world, okay? And you clearly didn't know. Guys were celebrating. You gave the okay. If you knew, you'd be like, guys, no, stop, lock in. We got to play again. We got to beat the Italians. No, the party started on the bus and it went to the hotel. That's why guys were dragging.
Curtis, what are the odds that Mark DeRosa, what's unspoken here is him saying, no, this is a false narrative. I knew. And then what's not said is right before the game started.
Yeah, buddy, you're responsible for the false narrative. It was you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like someone made it up and there's a false narrative going around. Like, a false narrative is something that typically isn't started by the person that it's about, right? Like, that's just evidence. That's a story.
Just a lot of hearsay. Anybody could have said that.
I don't know where these rumors came from.
He should have said that was AI.
That wasn't really me, and you'll never find evidence of it on MLB's YouTube page, that's for sure.
Well, they took it down, right?
They did take it down. I think they put it back up because they realized how soft that looks.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Mark DeRosa, in hearing it now again, guys, I think that he's leaving out when he found out. That's the missing piece of this.
I think he found out as soon as Clayton Kershaw started warming up. And then they put in Mason Miller instead.
Yes, I think that it has been made very clear by Mark DeRosa that he thought they'd punch their ticket. That was not him misspeaking. That was not knowing. And that's okay. That's fine.
What's fine?
But it's worse if you make it seem... Okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
But it makes it look worse that you sound like you knew and then you rolled out that lineup. That looks worse. It looks worse to say, no, I knew. We just approached.
It's like when I catch my kids in a lie.
It's almost like we want to beat Italy. We don't need to, though. But it's like we want to. But that doesn't sound like someone who knows.
You don't know what the heck's going on. Hey, DeRosa, today's Thursday. In case you forgot, today's Thursday.
That's a false narrative. It's a false narrative. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, Bryce Miller shut down his bullpen session on Wednesday as a precaution after feeling more discomfort in his oblique. What's the real headline?
And I have discomfort all over about the Mariners' 5 spot in their rotation.
Hey, do you think DeRosa told his wife the truth though? Like, babe, hey, I really didn't know. He had to have told someone like, hey, I didn't know.
I think that there are people who, first of all, there's video evidence of him not knowing. He says, and I quote, "We've already punched our ticket."
No,
it's pretty official.
He told somebody.
But he definitely confided since then, I would bet money, in someone saying like, yo, I had no idea.
If I'm ever wrong about something completely wrong, right? And I've done it on air before, just didn't know.
Yeah.
I will hit up my best friend and be like, yo, I jacked that up today.
Yeah.
I jacked it up. So he had to have to tell somebody. All right, my bad. I didn't mean to take this off
now
the
I have a
headline.
follow-up question. Do you guys think that, like, there was a number cruncher, someone responsible for communicating this that told Mark, hey, we did it, we're good?
If so...
So, like, what if there's a 25-year-old somewhere that got this wrong?
If so, they need to be fired immediately because baseball is all about number crunching. Baseball is all about data and scenarios and all that stuff. This is the core of baseball. All my baseball nerds, push your glasses up and you tell DeRosa and whoever helps him out over there that somebody is wrong. And I hope he's not 25. I hope he or she is like 40, has another job, is established.
Yeah, something to
you know
fall
what I
back
mean?
on.
Yeah, because 25, like you're done in this business.
How much of it is on DeRosa to know? It's kind of a weird system, right? It's by run differential, like it is kind of weird. How much of it is purely on him to know? How much of that is his responsibility?
I think a lot of it is, but not all of it, because you know how managers, they do what they're told pretty much. You know, when the game starts is kind of when I feel like they have more control, but pre-game, they're getting all this data, all this information.
Yeah.
He's got to take some of it. Someone's hating, listening to Rosa. DeRosa's like listening. I thought it said bump. Never mind.
Let's go ahead and skip the last one because it's coming up in NFL headlines. DeMarcus Lawrence is rumored to be considering retirement, but one former Seahawk weighs in on whether he thinks that actually happens. Next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Having one of those days where a little of this would make things so much better.
Fastball, strike three called. He got him looking. How about that for a Cactus League debut? Cade Anderson striking out the side.
We got you. You can stream every Mariners spring training game live for free on the Seattle Sports app. Making lives better through Mariners baseball, one
goodbye baseball
at a time. Home of your American League West champion Mariners.
Hey, what's up? It's Bump, and when I see daylight savings on the calendar, I think of one thing. It is finally golf season. If you're like me, more daylight means more time on the links. I know a lot of you guys listening are counting down the work week until your tee time this weekend. I am too. I got a course for you to try. It's Loomis Trails. It's in Blaine. It's a hidden gem, ranked top 15 in the state by Golf Digest. It's challenging, it's fun, and it is worth the trip. I've been there. While you're there, make a weekend out of it and stay at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Unwind in a deluxe room. Grab a bite in one of their many restaurants. I prefer the steakhouse and the cantina. Also, there's wall-to-wall sports where you can watch every single basketball game in March and have a lot of fun doing it. Hey, you can even make it a little stay. Make it the spa package. I've done it before. It's cool. It's relaxing. Silver Reef Casino Resort. Head north on I-5, exit 260. I love it there. You're missing out if you've never been. If you've been there, get there this weekend, man. Make it a weekend. Book your stay at silverreefcasinoresort.com. That's silverreefcasino.com.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Don't miss the All Sound Plumbing Mariners Cactus League report. Tuesday nights at 6. Going inside Mariners camp on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I have some other stories to get to. I do want to just say something I was talking about off air with Bump that's really interesting. And Curtis, I didn't yell it into the control room when you were in there, but
thank you.
There's this really cool feature in The Atlantic. And we talk about the impact of sports gambling and its far-reaching consequences a lot on this show. It just happens to be something that's frequently come up in NFL headlines, right? Tell me if you saw this. The Atlantic gave a reporter $10,000 of money to gamble with for a feature story. Did you see this? And the point was, we'll write about it, write about what happens. And so maybe it was initially going to be like, hey, this is what sports betting is like, but then it turned into him
back up in special teams.
So we can do our taxes, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nail guy.
We mentioned Brady Russell coming back on that 2-year deal. They're also re-signing defensive tackle Brandon Peely on a 1-year deal. So just some few more additions there. Bump, I have bad news. Did you already see this story from Adam Schefter?
Nah.
It broke just about 15 minutes ago. Another running back off the board. Bump had been calling for the Seahawks to add former Buccaneer Rachaad White, but he is instead reuniting with his old college quarterback Jaden Daniels in Washington. He's signing with the Commanders to a one-year deal.
Another one bites the dust. So now Brian Robinson, paging Brian Robinson?
Yeah.
Paging Brian Robinson.
We are looking for a running back. Is there a living, breathing running back with 2 functioning ACLs out there that can sign with this team?
What are we going to do? What are we waiting for?
Well, what do you say to people that are like, you have answers. You don't need to add someone.
You do need to add someone. I say that I think Kenny and George deserve an opportunity to compete, but bring in some guys to compete, not just a rookie. So now we are paging Brian Robinson.
All right, that's what we're looking at then, Brian Robinson. Ken Walker had his introductory press conference with the Chiefs this morning, speaking of Seahawks running backs, and said their championship culture really appealed to him.
Yeah, it's a winning culture. Watching over the years, been to plenty of Super Bowls, and, they know how to win. So I feel like it's a great fit for me.
All right.
Winning culture. That bag, too. Don't trip.
Yeah.
That money got you there, too. But the Chiefs have never had a 1,000-yard rusher since Mahomes has been there.
I could not believe that stat that you told Steve Wyche earlier.
Mahomes is the leading rusher in his regime over there with the Chiefs. He has the most rushing yards.
Wild.
Which is crazy. So they needed this. They needed someone to take some pressure off of Mahomes. Yeah, there is a winning culture or a Super Bowl culture over there, but don't sleep on that bag either.
All right, I teased to this segment by mentioning that there were rumors, and these have been out for a few weeks, that DeMarcus Lawrence could be considering retirement. Well, former Seahawks defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins was on with Brock and Salk this morning, and they asked him, hey, there's all these rumors about DeMarcus. Do you think he'll be back?
Honestly, he shot me one text. I sent him a congrats, but I believe he's still out there partying, enjoying it. To work as hard as he did, to go through everything he's been through, and to, obviously win the Super Bowl, and then a couple of days later give birth to his baby. I'm sure he got a lot going on. I'm sure he got a lot to think about. But just knowing him personally as a brother, I think he'd be back. So you don't got to worry about that.
All right, someone who knows DeMarcus Lawrence well, actually has played with him and knows him, says, I think he'll be back, knowing what I know about him.
You ever play telephone?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't trust it. I gotta see it to believe it. I hope he's right. This is a good source, but until D-Law puts out that statement on X, letting everybody know I am back, I'm going to be crossing my fingers.
Going back to the Max Crosby story, have the Raiders actually pulled him off the trade block? For now, it looks like it. But NFL Network's Tom Pelissero says that he's not actually expecting Crosby to even be in Vegas in Week 1.
I would just say there are still teams. I can tell you this. For all the talk about whether the prices plummeted, there are still teams that would trade for Max Crosby now. There potentially will be even more teams that will trade for Max Crosby around the draft or in June when he's getting closer to clearance and that knee is closer to being healed. We will know Max Crosby is a Raider again when we see Max Crosby wearing a Raiders uniform in Week 1. I don't think at this point, I would not categorize it as likely.
Would you categorize it as likely that Max Crosby's suiting up in black and silver Week 1?
No, we already played this game, and we lost because they were undercover working with the Ravens. Until he is lined up Week 1, I'm not going to believe it, man, because I feel like Tom Brady and the gang are really trying to build something. If they would have gotten this trade done, and they got 2 first-rounders, they were cooking this offseason. And I think they realize they're going to need some more help. And you have a fresh start with a new quarterback, a new head coach over there. No, I don't believe it.
All right, well, speaking of the Raiders, is that where Kirk Cousins could be headed in 2026? The Athletic's Diana Rossini says Vegas has interest in bringing in the veteran as a mentor for Fernando Mendoza, projected #1 overall pick. Would that be the most wholesome quarterback room of all time? Think of the hours they're going to spend in Kohl's.
Just doing puzzles together.
Doing puzzles, shopping for khakis, sipping hot cocoa, going to a pumpkin patch.
The friendliest, most responsible room you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Their LinkedIn profiles are tight.
Shucks, golly.
By golly. They get nervous when people curse. Welcome to NFL. You're going to be nervous a lot in that locker room.
Nervous when people. Ooh, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with that one. Mike Evans was introduced by the 49ers today, and he's feeling like his new team is very, very close to contending for a title.
I think they went 13-4. I mean, I feel like they were one piece away, and I think that I'm that piece. And I look forward to coming here and improving that.
Oh, he thinks they go 13-4. I like that he's calling out a win-loss record. I actually think that's kind of cool. Still second in the NFC West to Seattle, going 14 wins again. Wow.
He's the missing piece, huh?
I actually kind of buy it.
Think they need a linebacker?
Yes, but think about it. For their wide receiver room in general, because they're not looking at him, even though he's a, quote, older wide receiver. I think they're looking at him as like, this is our wide receiver 1.
I don't think so.
Really? Then who's their wide receiver 1?
I think they're going to give Ricky a shot. Mike, he can't be a 1.
Why can't he be a 1?
Not dynamic enough, man. My man is 40 years old.
He was a 1.
He's 32. He's 32. He's 32.
40 years old.
He's 32.
He was a 1 in Tampa Bay. He's been Tampa Bay's 1.
I'm telling you what I think.
Okay.
You know, you want to bet again? Still ain't got my donuts.
Yes.
Still ain't got my donuts.
No, I did bring them in. I did bring them in. Curtis, can you fact check me on that one? Remember, I did bring in donuts for the Aaron Rodgers thing.
When?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
Was I not here?
No, you were here. You were here. You were here. I definitely brought them in.
Yeah.
Nope.
100%.
Don't believe
Yes,
it.
I did. That's the truth. Matt, do you remember?
Yeah, I think you did.
I ended up having some of them, too.
How much you paying Curtis?
I'm not paying Curtis.
How much you paying?
No, I brought them in because this was before I moved. Because remember, I
Uh-huh.
actually had some. I actually ate some.
Was I out that day?
No,
you were
you
here.
were here. But I think I only brought a half dozen. This was real.
Yeah, it was
this
like,
is real
it
news.
wasn't a full dozen.
This is true.
I need your bank statements.
Okay, fine. I'll look it up. But also, yes, I do think that Mike Evans leads all 49ers in yards this year.
Nah, George Kittle's going to do that. But I think
I don't think so.
I think George Kittle. You want to bet?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
All right.
2 dozen donuts.
So is it George Kittle versus Mike Evans or just Mike Evans?
You can take the field.
I'll take the field. Yep.
Okay. Mike Evans is going to be wide receiver 1. He's going
All
to
right.
lead all of them in yards.
Y'all hold her accountable, man. You know how she be doing.
No, because I did bring in those
You still
donuts.
ain't jumped in that dang lake.
I'm not jumping in the lake because you guys are misunderstanding this bet. You're not understanding it. You're not. I want to get back to talking about what the heck the Seahawks do at running back next.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
I mean, we have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guarantee rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. we can help.
PetterGasLaw.com.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Opening day is just days away, and we want to send you and a friend to experience it like never before. Get front row access to the opening ceremonies, player introductions, first pitch, and more, all from the field. To enter, just open the Seattle Sports app and hit the Win tab. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances. Better hustle. Contest runs through March 18th. From the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Listen every day to the Bump and Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Big Trees provides professional tree transplant services, helping you keep the trees you love right where they belong. Don't let construction, remodeling, or changing landscapes cause a headache. Big Trees moves your cherished trees safely so you can keep those memories growing strong. With decades of experience, Big Trees knows how to move trees safely and successfully. Up and away, get your tree transplanted today. See more of their transplanting process at bigtreesupply.com.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater. DayandNight.net.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Robert Meyer from Swedish Hospital. Dr. Meyer, tell us about the amazing results prostate cancer patients are getting with Swedish CyberKnife.
Well, at the Swedish CyberKnife, our patients are really satisfied with the experience. The treatment is very effective at eradicating the cancer, has minimal side effects, and we are seeing excellent cancer control 10 years later.
Find out more at swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I'm going to be laughing about that one for a minute. I asked Bump where the best golf courses are not in America or not in the U.S. And you said Scotland and Ireland.
Scotland, Ireland, and Korea.
And I said north or south. Matt looks horrified. I didn't know the best courses were in Scotland and Ireland.
That's where the birthplace of the game.
Oh, I bet they're beautiful.
My Irish people.
Your Irish cousins.
My Irish.
Oh, God, speaking of you, I got, so you were saying that shame on me for not paying up on my donut bet, which I did. And
CTE
someone
says
said,
otherwise.
Someone said, hypocritical of Bump calling Stacy out on the donut bet when my guy didn't clap when his plane landed.
Ooh.
Well.
If it isn't Mr. Hypocrisy himself.
When you point one finger, three are pointing right back at you.
Not if you do it like this.
And then you look like a weirdo.
Stacey, I got at least 3 months because that's how long it took for you to pay your bets, or the one you never paid. So
Okay.
I'm
Once again,
still in the green. I'm still in the green.
I needed to make sure Russell couldn't have a bounce back. I needed it to go all the way to Week 18 because you never knew when Russ would come out there.
No, you took it to the Super Bowl, past the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because you never know if Russ could, he could do anything.
He was at the Super Bowl. He wasn't suiting up, though.
He had a chance to make me win that bet.
Hey, speaking of Super Bowl, real quick, you know what I saw? And it's the biggest human being I've ever seen in my life.
Who?
I walked by Giannis. Giannis is, he don't even seem
Radio
real.
Row?
No, at the game. I was walking to the broadcast booth, and I'm like, dang, that dude tall as heck. And I walked by him and looked up, and he gave me the head nod. I'm like, what up? He was the biggest human being I've ever seen.
I think about that a lot when I see like a Steph Curry or like the quote smaller guys, the more slight guys in the
like
NBA.
6'4",
yeah,
6'5",
and then you realize that like, oh, those guys are taller than most people I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to talk about what the heck the Seahawks are going to do at running back because we had been talking about, okay, if they're not going to keep Ken Walker, then in this first wave of free agents, who do they sign? We talked about Tyler Algier. Well, he's gone. We talked about Rico Dowdle. He's gone. In the second wave, you talked about Rachaad White, really liking him from the Bucs, so he could be a fit here. Well, he just signed today with the Commanders, so he's gone.
Gone.
What now?
Someone texted in, I'd much rather have Jonah Coleman than Brian Robinson. I said, my friend, you can have both. You can have both.
Why not both?
You know, and I don't think Jonah Coleman's going to be there around 32 or maybe in the second round. Who knows? But you can have both, honestly. So let's be greedy.
I mean, just draft Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I wish.
But speaking of just drafting, I do think that that's also a mistake. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be things that are out of Seattle's hands where it's like it may be that the plan that we see them make, let's say that they don't sign anyone in free agency or maybe sign someone who's like a special teamer-esque kind of guy, and then that they use a draft pick on a running back. That might be plan D for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we may very well be past plan A, B, and C for them. Okay, well, then you got to make it work. It is what it is. That's what you chose. You chose to reinvest in wide receiver and keep Rashid and keep that impact on special teams. You chose, to focus on, extensions for other guys or prioritize other things. Okay, you've been to a Super Bowl, not me. So fine, but I do have some concerns about running back. I'm still wondering what's going to happen there. It doesn't mean that I would have thrown the bag at Ken Walker, but it does mean that I think he's, like you said, much more talented than people give him credit for, and I don't know that they have the answer right now.
We don't. But what do they think? Do they think they have the answer right now? And Kenny McIntosh and George Holani, if they don't make a move, are the 12s just going to roll with it? You know, because not every, but a lot of the comments I see is in John we trust and Mike we trust. Yeah, you should, because that has brought you a Super Bowl title. But I think that we will find out how much they value that running back position within the next few weeks. If they do not make a move and they just go to the draft, they either think that they have the guy on staff already or that they don't need anything great at that position because of the system. And what I said before, Big Ray has told me what he believes is that this system allows average to above average running backs to succeed. So right now, my focus is on Brian Robinson. That is, to me, he's the next best thing available. You got Najee Harris, who didn't play much with the Rams last year. Austin Eckler is too old. Chubb is too old. Travis Homer, we've seen you before. We love you. There's Jerome Ford, who's out there, who's had himself some moments, some good games, right? But nothing too crazy. The guys who are left are either old or haven't produced at a high clip. Mm-hmm. So if they waited that long, right, and let all these bigger names go, it's going to tell me that they're looking at this position and saying, look, we just need 3 or 4 backs who can get her done, hold it down until Zach gets back, and one of these guys can be the number 2.
There is one other option they have, which we will talk about in less than 10 minutes. So before we get to that, I was thinking a lot about that point you made about Patrick Mahomes. Now, the thing that makes Kansas City so special is Patrick Mahomes in itself. But we've seen examples of teams that have won championships, indeed multiple championships, without that primary back, without that, all-pro, Pro Bowl, kind of Derrick Henry-esque kind of guy. But we've also seen Seattle try to just roll with a committee and do nothing. I'm wondering which version we're going to end up seeing. And now, hopefully, I think their offensive line is better than it's been in a long time. So hopefully it'll be the former, where you have so many other special pieces that you don't need to have, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, you have to be a threat like a real threat, though. And a threat to me means you have it, if you go with the committee, until Zach Charbonnet is ready to go. You got a couple backs who are capable of putting out 105 yards a game, or maybe 95 to 100 yards per game. I don't want to set the bar too high for these dudes, but it's more about just being stubborn with the run and getting the defense in formations that allow you to play action and throw the ball down the field. I just we'll get into the brains, man. They're not going to tell us what they're doing, but you have to go off the moves that they've made and what they or haven't made. And moves they haven't made were going big at the edge rusher spot. Yeah. So what does that mean? Oh, we might have some guys that we like. We're going to hit the draft. They haven't gone big at the running back spot. What does that say? We like the guys that we have, or we don't need a top-tier type of running back for this offense to be successful.
What I need to know coming your way in less than an hour, but you can get those questions in right now, 866-979-3776. There is one other thing they can do at running back. That's coming up next.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
General Manager Justin Hollander is with us. You got decisions to make. I mean, you got a lot of young guys at second base. It could be Cole Young, could be Ryan Bliss. Brandon Davis has been a huge story.
There has never been a team in the history of baseball who had too many good players.
Yeah.
We will have our ups and downs this year. We will need more than just the 13 position players and the 13 pitchers we break camp with. It's great to watch guys go out and compete for spots and feel like you have options.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Every year we see a spike in serious accidents involving motor vehicles, bicycles, and pedestrians occurring in the few days after daylight saving time. If you are injured in an accident, protect your legal rights with an experienced team of lawyers who know how to get results. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 to request a free legal consultation or get my free book on car accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors, with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free. So I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you, too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Team USA advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC thanks to Italy's win over Mexico last night in pool play. So tomorrow at 5 p.m., it's USA versus Canada. Winner advances to face either South Korea or the Dominican Republic.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Bump, we just spent about 10 minutes talking about what the heck the Seahawks can do at running back. You were looking at Rachaad White, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signing with Seattle. Instead, he lands with the Commanders. That report from ESPN's Adam Schefter. So who's left? You said, look, there's still Brian Robinson Jr. There's a draft, obviously. Only 4 picks. You'd think that Seattle would end up taking one of those guys a little bit later. It's not an exceptional running back class, though, of course, that doesn't mean that you can't find exceptional talent. What if, though, the answer is not to sign a free agent and not to turn entirely to what you have in-house, but to trade? What we're going to do here is cover 4 players that have been either linked to Seattle as a potential trade target or have been rumored to be on the trade block. Could they be a fit for Seattle? And I'm going to start with running back, and I'm looking at Alvin Kamara. Would a trade for Alvin Kamara be the move that not only shores up that running back room, but gets Seattle back to a Super Bowl?
I love the talent. My only question would be, for what price? You know, we just let K9 go because we felt like the hit would be too much. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, like, what is he valued at? Right now, well, at least in 2026, he's scheduled this cap hit about $10 million. You don't pass up an opportunity like Alvin Kamara, right? We know what he brings to the game. He's good in the run game, good in the pass game. Last year was the first year, I believe, he didn't go over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, 471.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year contract for $24 million. He's getting around $12 million a year. That sounds more like what the Hawks wanted to do, and you probably get more production out of him. I think I would look at it.
Yeah.
I would look at it. But I think if you make that signing, people might question, like, well, why not just bring K9 back for a couple more $1 million a year? But if you look at Alvin Kamara's history, he's a bit more dynamic than Ken Walker because he's getting the pass game as well. But how much did we use our running backs in the pass game last year is my question. Or how much do we think that that Fleury's going to use the running backs in the pass game? Last year when it comes to receiving, Zach Charbonnet had 20 receptions for 144, and he had Kenneth Walker with 31 receptions for 282. That's the tough part is you have a new offensive coordinator coming in. Yes, it's going to be similar to what these guys have been running already, but how different is it going to be? And does a back like Alvin Kamara hold more value in this version of the offense than last year?
Yeah. Here's what you need to know about Alvin Kamara and the entire situation surrounding that trade. There were already rumors that he could be traded last year. Didn't end up getting traded, obviously. However, with them adding Etienne and with Alvin Kamara coming off career lows and being 30 years old, there's rumor not only that he could be traded, but that he could be considering retirement. So that's another thing Seattle fans have to consider is like, yeah, he could be an intriguing option for a team that didn't look at that first wave of free agents. It's a trade that will not cost you a ton of money for a 30-year-old where the Saints already have their replacement.
Mm-hmm.
They're already moving forward. But is he going to retire? Is he going to come to your team and, like, this isn't a replacement for K9. This is someone to supplement what will be a running back committee. Which, to be fair, Ken Walker would have been part of a committee, but in a very different way. You talked so much about Ken Walker's talent and people kind of even overlooking how talented he can be. Just because he was part of a committee doesn't mean he wasn't one of the most dynamic and explosive, I'll say explosive, running backs in football. Maybe not the most dynamic.
Got 1,000 as a part of a committee.
Exactly. So something to consider with Alvin Kamara, of the names that I'm going to list here, not only is he the only running back, he fills a need that you have, which is now at running back.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be super expensive, but what's his future look like? Not only like, is he going to retire, but what's Alvin Kamara at 30 years old in 2026 look like? I don't know.
2-year window, right?
You keep highlighting it.
If you get the production that you got out of Kamara this year, as you did last year, and you sprinkle in Charbonnet when he's healthy, I think that's good enough, honestly. You don't need Kamara to be the guy to touch the ball 400 times in a season and have 20 plays over 15, 20 yards. Those days are over, I think. I think he still has that speed in him, but the consistency of that, I think it's over. I'm definitely kicking the tires. Look, and if this goes down, B. Waltz, Brian Walters, Juanita High School, Cornell, all right, Super Bowl champion.
Gets to brag.
He gets to brag like a mug because he said it and I shot it down low key. I'm like, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But it sounds good.
All right. We are going away from offense for our next three names. So we're talking about whether or not a trade for this person could be a move that gets Seattle back to a Super Bowl. That's what we're keeping in mind with each one of those names, okay? Now, when I say this name, some of you guys are going to be very excited. A few others are going to go, why are we even talking about this? When did this become a thing? But allegedly, there are some rumors going around that the Eagles could be entertaining trading Jalen Carter. I don't know where this came from. I'm going to be completely honest, but it's just that time of the year. It's list season.
Jeremy Fowler.
It's trade talk season, and thank you, Curtis. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler saying, what was his report that they could be entertaining it?
That they have received calls,
right.
Not necessarily that they've called teams about it, but they've received calls.
That they have received calls. And one thing that I also like to put out when you see those nugget gatherers like Jeremy Fowler and Adam Schefter and the like that tweet out those things, it comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So this could also be someone with the Eagles telling Jeremy Fowler, we're receiving calls, so keep calling. I'm just saying, that's also something I keep in mind. Anyways, Jonathan Hankins was on Brock and Salk. They asked him if Jalen Carter would be a fit.
I think it'd be very successful if he was to come over there, especially having AD, Justin Hines, the staff, Mike. Man, it's pretty hard to explain the culture there. They allow you to be you. You have all the support you need. You got guys, like when I say ball players, as y'all seen this year, they got dudes that can play. So it makes it very easy for you to come in there and do your job and execute rather than being, a tough, challenging time where you just ain't got enough guys to really get the job done. There at the Seahawks, that'd be insane. We thought last year was crazy. If they was to pull something off like that with Brian Murphy on the side.
One of the best young defensive linemen in the game right now. They also asked Chris Canty.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know why the hell the Philadelphia Eagles would make Jalen Carter available, but if he were, you should, because Jalen Carter, every single Sunday he steps foot on an NFL field, he feels like he's the best player on the field. And guess what, boys? Most Sundays, he's right. He's that good. Second team All-Pro in his second year. This guy is an absolute animal. His double team rate is amongst the highest in the NFL. One of the other things that he does really well, he bats the ball down at the line of scrimmage. In a lot of instances, those are as good as sacks. I mean, Jalen Carter is an absolute game record. He was the best player on a defense that won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Now, Adam Schefter did add a little bit to this, saying that the Eagles are not shopping him. So there's just some conflicting reports right now. So this is the biggest hypothetical of them all, because the other two names, one of them makes sense as a trade and the other one has quite literally been traded. But would Jalen Carter, a move for Jalen Carter, be something that could work for Seattle?
He'll make a team better. Talent-wise, he definitely will. I'm looking at the positions he will play, interior lineman, so it's Murphy, Reed, and you got Peely and Mills behind that. He would definitely get into that rotation with Murphy and Reed. But a trade, what are you willing to give up, and will he fit the culture over here? I think that was one of the main reasons why he wasn't drafted by the Seahawks, because of just his antics. And I think when you were out, me and Curtis talked about this last week, and it came down to, in 2025, he spat in Dak Prescott's face. During the conference championship, there was an open hand slap to a player or two. Nick Sirianni has benched him before because of behavior issues. We heard Clint Hurt talk about Jalen Carter and how he thinks he's maturing. The talent is there, but is it the right fit? And there's one thing that the Hawks have done. They, for the most part, you're not going to hit every time when it comes to personality, but they've gotten the right guys in here. If this team, one, winning solves everything, right? You win, guys are going to be close. But they were close before they started winning. You got to buy into some of the things that people might see as corny, but it works, like the walks and talks and all that stuff, the meetings. We've been in the building where, the coach comes in and has the room, and they're talking about life or whatnot. I just don't know him well enough. If I just judge him off of his past, which sometimes isn't fair because people change and they grow or whatnot, but if I'm going off of just his past and what's been put out there about him, it don't seem like a good fit over here. If I go off of the film and what he does, most definitely he makes you better. But now what are you going to give up to get him? Are you going to give a first-round pick, that 32, and some change and a player? Because I really like the core of this defense right now. Leo, Murph, Reed, DeMarcus. I think Peely's had his moments. Riley Mills looks like he's promising. It doesn't seem like a move out of necessity. You know what I mean? It'd be like a move out of want. And I don't know if I want to give up that 32 for a guy that I'm not sure can come in here and be kumbaya. If they meet with him and they like him, I'm going to trust their judgment and ride with it. But that's not something that I think these guys need to do.
Seattle also had a chance to take him when it was clear he was talented. And that's the thing, too, is like there are guys, Max Crosby, who we're also going to talk about as a spoiler alert, but it should be obvious. Max Crosby was not a first-round pick. It became very obvious over the course of Max Crosby's career that he was worth more than his draft capital. So, yeah, when you talk about would the Seahawks be interested, it would make sense if you're like, oh, yeah, probably a lot more interested than they were when he was drafted. Right? Sure. A lot of teams would be more interested in Max Crosby than they were when he was drafted. No one used a first-round pick on him. I think was he like a third-rounder? I don't remember. You could say the same thing for George Kittle, who I believe was a fifth-rounder. George Kittle is worth a lot more in the eyes of NFL teams now than he was as a rookie. Jalen Carter was talented enough to potentially be the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, he's a proven commodity now in the NFL, but he's not seen as like significantly more talented than he was in 2023. And in 2023, Seattle had a chance to take him, and they didn't. So that to me is like maybe if he were 6-7 years in the league, I'm done with that. I'm done. Maybe if he was 6-7 years in the league, then you'd be like, oh, he's proven that he's really mature, and maybe we were wrong about some of those red flags. But like, it was clear he was one of the best talents when he was coming out. It's clear he's one of the best talents now. If Seattle didn't think it was worth it then, would they now? You know what I mean? That's the only thing that to me would give me pause. Is like they made a decision.
I'm all good with making your best part of your team even better. I'm all for that. But at what cost? Right? You never want to mess up the vibe in the locker room. And guys don't get along. I'm sure there were some disagreements in that locker room. I'm sure there were disagreements between players at times. We saw a situation unfold on the sideline. That's going to happen. But, you got to try to damage control this thing. There's no doubt, man, my man can ball. One of the best interior defensive linemen in the game. His personality fit Philly to a T. Like that is Philly all day. I don't think it's the Northwest, but if they grab him, go Jalen.
All right. Next up, one that is more likely, not necessarily for Seattle, but in terms of a team trading for him, because someone already did. Would a trade for Max Crosby be the move that gets Seattle back to a Super Bowl? This is what Ian Rappaport said about that nullified trade with Baltimore.
The recovery from a meniscus repair is months, not weeks. So if you trade for Max Crosby, you have a belief that he is not going to be fully healthy, but that he's going to be far enough along where you feel confident that his knee is going to be fine. This decision, which the Raiders say that the Ravens have made, is an indication that they do not believe it is going to be fine. It is a lot to invest in a pass rusher. It is 2 first-round picks. It is a historic trade, the first time they've ever traded a first-rounder for any player. And it appears that the Ravens are just not comfortable with what they found during the medical exams for Max Crosby. So the trade is now off.
I don't think it's going to take 2 firsts now. I don't. And the Raiders are probably pretty upset with Baltimore for that. Would you trade for Max Crosby? Would it be a move that can get Seattle back to a Super Bowl?
I don't think the Hawks are one move away from getting back to the Super Bowl. I think they are a couple of moves away and some development away. Like you need Horton to come in and develop. You need A.J. Barner to keep getting better and take those steps forward. You need Josh Joe to back up the performance from last week. You need, as of now, Ty Okada to get better at that safety spot if he's going to be the starter. I don't think any team, unless we're talking about a quarterback, is one move away from a Super Bowl. But that's a big move. That's a player I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
Total team guy, been sober for years. Ain't got to worry about him tripping during off season. Family guy, his personality fits what I think would work here, and his play is just crazy. And now that we're hearing or anticipating that he's probably not going to go for 2 firsts anymore because of that knee injury, oh yeah. I'm trying to do everything I can to get that dude if I am John Schneider.
Okay, last one. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but Budda Baker.
That ain't happening.
I had a listener ask this one. The New England Patriots have been rumored as a potential trade target Budda's the trade target, as a potential trade partner. The Cardinals are where the Raiders are right now. Everyone's like, look, you're probably rebuilding. Look at your quarterback situation. Yeah. You're rebuilding. You're not competing. You're in the toughest division in football.
This is for a trade, correct?
This is for a trade.
They ain't trading with us. They're going to send one of the best safeties in the game over here. What are you willing to give up for Budda Baker? If I'm the Cardinals and I'm giving up Budda Baker, I'm like, yeah. Let me get
Go ahead and send JSN and.
Well, they ain't crazy. They asked for JSN, but they're gonna be like, let me get Drake Thomas over there. He's a pretty good back. It's gonna be starters.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give up any starter at this point. And Arizona's not crazy. You're gonna send. And Budda Baker's probably, on the defense side of the ball, my favorite player in the league.
I love him.
So, that's not going to. If that happens, championship.
Sticking with the Seahawks, let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory. Going inside the game. What former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, what's a big Seahawks signing that went under the radar?
38, baby. I talked to several people across the league, and they don't even know his name. They be like, man, but 38 is out there just mashing heads into the turf, man. I go, oh, Brady Russell? Is that his name? I go, yeah, this is Brady Russell, man. And they signed him. They locked him down for a couple of years. And these are the type of dudes that most teams are made of. You have your JSNs, your Sam Darnolds, your Witherspoon. Like, you got 22 starters out there. All right, you do the math. 22 minus 70. All right? The other guys are made up of the Brady Russells, the guys who are going to do the dirty work, who can play multiple positions. He's been fullback. He's been tight end. He runs down on special teams. He breathes energy every single day. It was cold one weekend. He's on the sideline with his shirt off. He was hurt, getting guys going. He is the glue, or one of the glue guys over here. So, no, that's a big signing. Like even this, they tender Jake Bobo. I think that's a good one. Derek Young, I think that's a good one if they do bring him back. Most teams are made up of these guys who will make 5 big plays throughout the season. but can shift the momentum of the game. So I think that's a big sign. A lot of people aren't going to talk about it, but I will talk about it. 38. I see you, dog.
Second down. What coach is that type of friend that you need in your circle?
Man, my man, Peter Carroll.
Peter Clay Carroll.
Man, this dude is so loyal, and I love him for that. He said that Geno is still a great quarterback. They just didn't coach him up right. I went back and watched all of his interceptions from last year. I think about 17 to 20 of them. And about 11 to 12 of them were on him. We're just like, I don't know what you're doing in that situation. And you know how it is sometimes. Geno feels like he has to make a play because no one else is going to make a play, so he might force them. But even Pete Carroll, who was one and done over there with the Raiders, who didn't look great, came out week one, we thinking, oh my God, here come the Raiders. But then they start to stumble. He's just loyal, man. And you always need that type of person in your circle. Everyone, children, if you're listening, find yourself a Pete Carroll because they will always have your back.
Find yourself someone in your corner.
Yes,
it's always
at
going to be
all
like,
times.
I didn't see an interception.
No, like, what do you mean? That's totally not your fault.
Yeah,
Don't worry
you
about
got
it.
this.
Mhm.
Third down. What rare dynamic duo are you going to miss?
I'm going to miss, it's not great, the exciting Whites, Blankenship and Cooper DeJean. That combo over there.
It was a beautiful time.
It was beautiful,
It was
man.
beautiful.
I mean, they would get confused. People would go up and shake Blankenship's hand and thinking he's Cooper. He'd be like, nah, I'm the other guy. It was nice, man. It's rare to see the Excite Whites play that position in the NFL.
Yeah.
I ain't seen anybody ball like that since Jason Sehorn, man. And it's tough. Like, they get everyone's best shot since they were kids. You see an Excite White on that side of the ball at that position.
An Excite White.
Oh, we over here like, let's get it. Hey, throw it here. So they got everyone's best shot. If you look at Cooper DeJean's high school highlights of basketball, my man is stupid ridiculous. But nah, I'm gonna miss that. There's always combos of players like when Ray Lewis and Ed Reed play together. It's like, man, that's a beautiful combo. When Sherman and Bobby, it's just like two players. Every now and then they just mesh
Peanut butter and
perfectly.
jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly, right?
Yeah.
Ham and cheese.
Yeah.
It's like, it was beautiful, man. So Blankenship, when he got his money with the Texans defense, goodness gracious, they just got Blankenship too.
I know.
They're going to be
Nasty.
tough. But no, I'm going to miss that combo. That was fun to watch, and I appreciate what they did for the game.
You mentioned them getting everyone's best shot since they were little, which is probably true. What's the most you've underestimated someone that you've played against?
Oh, it was that situation.
It was a white DB.
White DB, I'm like, this way. And, I still made plays, but he wasn't bad.
Did he cook you at any point?
Nah, the vegan cook just disappears from my brain.
Oh, got it.
I don't remember that.
That's a healthy way to live,
getting
though.
cooked.
I think that's the way to go.
I will say he did make a couple plays, though.
Was there ever anyone, like in college or an upper level, like even like when you were with Seattle?
Oh, no.
That, like,
I underestimated a guy who went to the league and played for a very long time.
Who?
Patrick Chung. My goodness. I saw him on film, like, he cool. We'll see.
I'm not impressed.
First play of the game. 1st and 10. He walks down and, man, I'm like, oh, let's get it. My man must have choked me out something so nasty and threw me down to the ground. I had to grab him. I'm grabbing him down to the ground, and I got up. I go, all right, I'm up now. I'm up. All right, I'm up. Let's go.
Why'd you underestimate him?
I don't know.
Just something about him. You were like, nah, I'm not feeling it.
I
right
just
now.
thought
got
that
you.
I was all that. Now, don't get it twisted. I did score a touchdown that game.
Yeah.
I did my thing. We
Sure.
got smacked, but I did my thing.
I like you clinging to his jersey
Yeah.
to try to get back into the.
If you're falling as a receiver, oh, you're coming with me, buddy. You're coming with me.
Fourth down. We were joined earlier in the show by NFL Network's Steve Wyche. Anything stand out from that conversation?
Yeah, I love that he mentioned that you can't just run it back, right? You can't just bring the same team back from the Super Bowl and expect to win it. This is not basketball. When I was with the Lakers growing up, I wasn't with them. I was a fan. I should have been drafted, but that's a different story. I knew Kobe, Shaq, Fish, Robert Horry, and some other random were going to be there. For 5 years, I'm like, this is our squad. All right, no one's going to mess with us. Oh, throw Lamar Odom in there. This ain't basketball, man. This is football. You have to mix this team up, especially after you win a Super Bowl. Teams are going to come after your players.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I also like that he said that the world knows who A.J. Barner is now. From his personality, especially to his play, he has the capabilities of being one of the best tight ends in the game. I believe that his route running's getting better. He's always been a good blocker. The hands are there. The confidence is there. A.J. Barner, in a year or two, maybe next year, is going to be a top 5 tight end in this league.
You know what I think actually did a lot for A.J. Barner, and you guys are probably going to disagree with me, but I think it's true. I think for tight ends especially, a certain personality goes a long way, like looking unique and a little unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fur jacket, or potentially a faux fur jacket that he wore to the Seahawks parade, which was, by the way, I think he said like a women's extra large.
It didn't even fit him.
Yeah, like that being open, no shirt underneath with the cowboy hat, I think that did a lot for his profile.
It did. It did. And
like, because you got to kind of think, you got to see a tight end and know that a personality goes with it, and then you're like, that guy's going to ball
People
out.
were calling him Travis Kelce's son after that.
Yeah, he is. But also because he was on
New Heights.
Thank you, New Heights. And Travis Kelce was losing it. Like, Travis Kelce was laughing at every word A.J. Barner was saying. A.J. Barner said the word "the," and Travis Kelce had tears in his eyes. This man was in love with A.J. Barner.
You remember A.J. Barner's speech at the ceremony?
Yes.
Yeah, it was perfect, man. Tight ends have the most charisma on a football team.
Just the weirdest people. Weirdest position group, I think.
Love it.
Tight ends. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know coming up at 1:45, 866-979-3776. Hype Train coming your way next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
General manager Justin Hollander is with us. You got decisions to make. I mean, you got a lot of young guys at second base. It could be Cole Young, could be Ryan Bliss. Brandon Davis has been a huge story.
There has never been a team in the history of baseball who had too many good players.
Yeah.
We will have our ups and downs this year. We will need more than just the 13 position players and the 13 pitchers we break camp with. It's great to watch guys go out and compete for spots and feel like you have options.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn with their vehicle profit sharing program. Here's what makes it different than anywhere else. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today and pay you right up front, but it gets better because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I caught up with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. He said customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their vehicle up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is that when Mark and his team resell that vehicle, their customer is getting 50% of the profit. And that 50% has now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. It's going so well because less and less people are comfortable trying to sell a car themselves. Wayscar Ford offers a way to get a lot more money for your car without needing to go through all the hassle and potential scams trying to sell it yourself. It's only at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn. WayscarFord.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. Oh!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Don't miss the Seattle RV Show, March 12th through 15. Hundreds of new models and floor plans. RVs for every budget. RVs for every lifestyle. Special rates, incentives, exclusive prices, accessories. Tickets at SeattleRVShow.com. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Opened in 1933, our family is still here, doing the right thing for your family.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free. free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Get broadcast times for every Three Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League broadcast
Holy smokes, he does it again!
at seattlesports.com.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Well, spring is all about getting ready for summer, isn't it? But do you have a room just sitting empty and you've dreamt of making it your own home gym? Hey, Brock Heward here, and working out in your own home, well, it is the best. We've been doing so for years, and you can allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do the rest. A complete fitness room design. It's no secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness, like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have everything from flooring to weights that go in a home gym. And right now, get spring special financing with 0% interest for 12 months, plus mention me and receive an $150 credit towards any purchase over $1,000. Spring is here to get you in the best shape, so go get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up in 15 minutes, it's What I Need to Know. Get your questions in now. 866-979-3776. Right now, let's head to the station for Hype Train. We've been talking a lot about this topic today. Will the Seahawks be able to add a free agent running back? Those top free agent running backs we talked about, they've signed elsewhere. Today, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Rachaad White signed with the Commanders. Still leaves a couple guys, but will they do it? Your first Hype Train, the Seahawks will sign a free agent running back.
Not too many. I mean, there's a lot out there. If you look at the available guys, but like, you know, you want somebody who's been there and who's done that, and you can rely on. So the only ones that they have left that I am interested in are, I guess you can, Jerome Ford's in the mix, Brian Robinson is in the mix. Everyone else, I'm kind of like, I don't know too much about you. Right. Damian Pierce had a couple moments with Houston, I believe. Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll sign someone. Maybe Chase Edmonds add a few good years too. Yeah, they'll sign somebody. Who? I don't know. But I guess I am on this train because they are going to sign somebody.
The Seahawks will sign a free agent running back. TBD who it is, but they will and should. Bump is boarding. Curtis, are you?
I'll board this train, and yeah, your guess is as good as mine. It's going to be a free agent running back here in Seattle.
You don't think that they just lean on the draft class and who they have?
Yeah, I think they've got to bring in some veteran type. Would I mind a trade for somebody? No, I would not. But I think you do sign a free agent running back to like a 1-year deal. But it's not going to be somebody that's going to get a 3-4 year deal, anything like that, especially just looking at the market, as Bump said, there's just not a lot there. I was looking at ESPN's top 50 available free agents right now, and this list, I think, was updated earlier this morning. The only one in the top 50 that's a running back is Brian Robinson Jr., 41. So Slim pickings out there.
Yes, same reasons. I just don't think, even just to add competition, that first wave is mostly done. It's not going to be an expensive signing. I just think that you do it to get a body in that room and try to get the best group that you can next up. Speaking of running backs, this guy no longer in Seattle. Ken Walker with KC. Ken Walker gets 1,000 with the Chiefs.
The Chiefs haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Pat Mahomes has been there. This is why they picked K9. He's going to get the bulk of the carries. I hope they do have a running back. They will have another running back over there to kind of spell him. But this is his opportunity, man, to be the guy once again. As of now, they have Rashard Smith and Shunderick Powell over there. That's interesting. You know how we do. But
no, I don't. Please enlighten.
Have to clarify.
Yeah.
You know, we do our own. We do our own thing, man. And people in my delegation, we do our own thing.
You know how we do.
Derek. That's like mom's name is like Shundra. Dad is Derek, and they Shunderick.
Combined them.
They combine them. Yeah, 1,000 yards, baby. Let's go. K9, do your thing over there.
Ken Walker gets 1K with KC. Curtis.
Ooh, 1K K9.
Ooh.
It's not happening. We're not boarding this train, even though it is bars. The Chiefs, like you said, Bump, have never had a 1,000-yard rusher so long as Patrick Mahomes has been there. I don't think they get it with Ken Walker. I think he gets a respectable 800, 900 yards, but I don't think he breaks 1,000, so I'm not boarding that train. You can't make me.
I'm boarding that train. It's not because I don't wish for the best for Seattle, but I think that 1K9 it just goes too hard, and it needs to be used as a headline for ESPN. Next up, Mark DeRosa didn't know. Now, if anyone if anyone needs background, Mark DeRosa, manager for Team USA. You guys already know this. I'm sorry. I'm over-explaining. Mark DeRosa said the other day, and we played this sound, that Team USA had already punched their ticket. And he sounded pretty confident when he was saying this. Let me see if I have it. I thought that I did. Yes. Okay, so Mark DeRosa on MLB Network.
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get some guys off their feet, no question about it. I'd like to get Goldie a start, and he has been awesome, just a leader of men behind the scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our ticket's punched to the quarterfinals.
Their ticket was not punched, and today, earlier this morning, DeRosa, in a separate press conference, said, no, this is just a false narrative that's floating around there. I definitely knew. I totally knew.
Yeah, you guys are misconstruing my words.
Yeah, you guys are misconstruing. Mark DeRosa didn't know.
There was one time we had put in a new couple plays for the Seahawks, right? And we audibled, and I ran the wrong route. I didn't hear the audible. I ran the wrong route. And my coach was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, yeah, I heard it, but I figured it was a run. So I ran a route. And I was like, I figured it was a run, so I just tried to, to fake out the defender. And I remember Nate Burson looking at me like, you did not know what the heck was going on. That is what happened right here. He didn't know. No, he didn't know. He went out public platform and said, it's almost like he was leaning back with his legs crossed, smoking a cigar, like, yeah, we got our ticket punched. I'm let the guys celebrate tonight. Have a little fun. Go to the pool. Go to Dave & Buster's, and you guys have a great time. Here's $100. Like when your kids do something good, and the next day they got it off. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
He definitely knew or didn't know what the heck was going on, man. Come on.
Mark DeRosa didn't know. And by didn't know, he did not know Seattle had not, in fact, that Team USA had not, in fact, punched their ticket. Curtis.
I've never boarded a train with more certainty in my life.
No, you said it.
Mark DeRosa did not know.
He didn't know.
You said you didn't know.
Yeah, he did not know the clinching scenario. What was at stake on, Wednesday night of this week? Yeah, had no clue. That was all news to him. And in about the 8th inning, that's when things actually started to become serious. They yank Clayton Kershaw from warming up in the bullpen, bring in Mason Miller. Like, that's the tell right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's when it dawned on him, like, oh, wait, I got to actually take this game seriously. We're down 8-0. Let's see if we can get back in this thing.
Can you imagine, like, someone gave him the news and he's sitting there just chilling, you're like perks up a bit. Like, hey, Harper, Bryce, get him in there.
Get in there. Get in the on deck circle. I would love it if like some assistant was like he cautiously approached Mark DeRosa and was like, hey, Skip, 1 second here. You got a minute? Yeah.
I've been crunching the numbers.
This game actually matters deeply tonight.
We got to get runs fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
fast. Yes, I'm boarding this as well. And I think that this is the most, I would imagine every single listener is boarding. And I think the weirdest thing about it, and what I really applaud Mark for, is that he's in 4K talking about, like, he clearly didn't know. We've already punched our ticket could not be a more definitive way to say that this game doesn't matter. Not only that, but the lineup shows that this game didn't matter. Your management of that bullpen, like Curtis said, showed that this game didn't matter to you. You talked about, it's funny, you basically said we don't need to beat Italy, but we want to. We care about winning. You said that. That was something that I just played that sound. That's not me. That wasn't me. That was you. Yeah, he didn't know. I think that what he's dancing around in that new cut, talking about the false narrative, is when he found out. Like, I think that he's implying with that he knew before the game started. It's very clear that he did not know during at least that interview, during the tourney, by the way, with MLB Network. So, yeah. Next up. USA advances to the final of the WBC.
Canada's having a tough year when it comes to the U.S., man. Smacked them both, men's, women's hockey, and now I'm going to smack them in baseball. Sorry, Josh Naylor, into your brother, Little Naylor. It's not going down.
Little Naylor.
It's not going down.
Bow.
USA all the way.
To win it?
You said beat Canada.
To get to the final.
Oh, yeah, we going.
So that means getting past.
You got to get past
the
Dominican.
Dominicans.
Wow. You don't mean that.
Wow.
You don't mean that.
I don't mean it.
That.
But it's red, white, and blue.
I mean, the Dominican is also red, white, and blue.
Whose team are you on?
Yeah,
Whose
Curtis,
team are you on?
Whose team are you on?
Look, I'm rooting for Team USA.
Are you boarding this train or not?
No, I am not. I don't
Wow,
think
so you're not rooting hard enough.
It's not that I'm not rooting hard enough.
No, you just don't want to be with Bump and I are Patriots.
I don't think the guys...
You know how many times people call me Pump on this text line?
Bump and I are Patriots.
It's not that I'm not rooting for Team USA. It's that I don't think Team USA wants to be there right now. I think they are done. They want to get back to Sarasota, and they want to get back to Mesa, Arizona, wherever it is their spring training is at. This is just a little too intense for them in the month of March.
Hey, 206 says, we already punched our ticket, Bump.
What do you mean, are we boarding? DeRosa's like, we're already there. That's what we're playing right?
We're in the finals, right?
Are we playing the finals? Get your questions in for what I need to know. 866-979-3776.
9 out of 10 experts agree wearing earbuds at work is the universal signal for leave me alone. So grab the earbuds, pull up the Seattle Sports app, and trade that annoying coworker's endless yapping for this.
He's at the wall. Cal Raleigh's first one of the spring.
Listen to every Mariners spring training game live for free, only on the Seattle Sports app. Improving lives through Mariners baseball, one
sparkling play by Josh Naylor
at a time.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show. Created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be among the stars on March 13th at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year presented by Microsoft. Get your tickets now at seattlesports.org.
Don't miss the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery.
I truly believe defense wins championships.
Thursdays at 4, only on Seattle Sports.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Opening day is just days away, and we want to send you and a friend to experience it like never before. Get front row access to the opening ceremonies, player introductions, first pitch, and more, all from the field. To enter, just open the Seattle Sports app and hit the Win tab. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances. Better hustle. Contest runs through March 18th. From the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Ward C. Moeller and Associates remind parents to enroll your kids in a positive youth program. Sports, hobbies, and community activities improve overall health and performance in school. These programs decrease drug use and violence and develop self-discipline and leadership skills. Let's team together this year to help our kids reach their full potential. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Ward C. Moeller and Associates. Family owned since 1955, providing top quality services for all your land surveying needs.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. What I Need to Know. It doesn't have to be sports, and this one isn't. I was listening to a movie review podcast the other day, says one listener, and an intense discussion broke out about whether or not cookies are pastries. So, are cookies pastries?
No, they're cookies.
No, they're cookies.
Yeah, they're baked goods.
They're
not
biscuits.
Yeah, they're biscuits.
Yeah, that's what they are. Biscuits, cookies, and I would say cakes. And
what?
Yes, they're all like they're dense. Pastries to me are croissants.
It's croissant.
Croissants.
It's croissant.
It's a Danish. It's like a fluffy. A pastry to me is the
doing
dough.
that?
What do you mean?
A cookie is a cookie. It's not a cake. It's a cookie.
Okay, cookies and cakes are related and they're in the same animal family.
I can take that, but you try to make them all the same thing.
Well, they're not the same thing. I don't think that dogs and foxes are the same. You know? I don't even think they're in the same family. I think foxes are with bears or something. No, aren't foxes bears? What are bears?
What?
Search, Matt. Can you search what are foxes bears?
Sorry, I'm too busy cutting the audio of our foxes bears to look that up. You do that.
Are foxes bears? This is great radio. Okay, no, foxes are not bears. They belong to the dog family.
Yes.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Initially, it was what I was saying. I got it wrong, but you get what I'm saying. That like these are cousins. Cookies and cakes are cousins, and they are
foxes and bears are not cousins.
They're all within they all live in the same world.
Ecosystem.
They're in the same ecosystem with pastries, but like croissants are a pastry.
Sure.
You know, a turnover is a pastry.
Yes.
I can't believe you said foxes are bears.
On this show, foxes are bears, and was it rams or goats?
No, I could have sworn.
And lizards are
maybe
snakes.
It was koalas. I could have sworn learning that foxes were like more closely related to something. I felt like in my memory that the fox family surprised me, but maybe I was thinking of something else.
I think so.
Foxes are not bears. Matt, don't play. I can already tell he's cutting it up.
Please end the show with that.
No, aren't foxes bears? Shut up. That wasn't even me. That wasn't me. That's a false narrative.
Mark DeRosa.
That's a false narrative. What sports franchise does Seattle hate the most? The whole city. They said, is it the Niners or the Astros?
Hey, we're so beyond the Niners at this point.
I think so too.
They're the little bros now.
Winning a Super Bowl in their stadium.
Yeah. Smoking cigars at Brock Purdy's locker room is top tier.
Done.
I think it's the Rams.
I think so too.
I think it's the Rams.
Like if you were to average every Seattle fan, including people that aren't diehard Seahawks fans, if you were to average the most hated team from the city, Yankees are still up there, I think.
Yeah.
I think Blue Jays have a...
Yeah,
Blue Jays
that's a
are
new
up
one.
There.
Yeah.
Astros are really up there. I think the Yankees would be top 5, even though they've not been a relevant part of this story in a long time, and obviously aren't relevant at all for Seahawks fans.
Hey, my mom just texted me. Stacy's killing me. I'm dying right now.
206 says bears are not cakes either.
206, that was good. What I need to know. I heard a little bit of what DeRosa said the other day, but I am curious about this. Since we punched our ticket already, can the U.S. take their foot off the gas a little, or should we try and stay sharp and compete until the end?
Take your foot off the gas. Ticket's already punched.
Yeah, I think their next game should be a bullpen day.
Yeah. As the winner of the WBC, I think you just like you put your best foot forward to be professional and still try to really compete. What I need to know. If all 3 Seattle sports shows had a gang fight, like an Anchorman, how does it play out? And why does that sneaky Lefko take out the most people?
Lefko, I love you. He's not taking out the most people.
No, I don't think Lefko's throwing a punch.
Bob Sheldon is trained.
I think it's Wyman and Bob.
And Wyman is psycho.
Yeah.
He's a linebacker.
I'm calling the cops. I'm going to be honest. I'm calling the police.
The morning show might win.
Hear that picture of that lady in the park with the sunglasses on?
Yeah.
With her phone up. Excuse me, there's a disturbance going on.
I know all these men are fine. there's this one producer's just punching the air. I don't know who he's trying to hit. It's Wyman and Bob.
Yeah. It's Wyman and Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, don't trip though. You know, my mom told me if you're losing a fight, pick something up. So if Bob got me, I'm picking something up.
If you're losing a fight, start kicking. Yeah. Just.
What I need to know. What one attraction across the country, like a national park or like a monument or the largest frying pan in the world, etc., do you actually want to see?
You know, I still haven't seen the Grand Canyon.
I haven't
either.
No,
That would
I
be
want to check that
And I
out.
lived in the state of Arizona for quite a while.
That's a good answer. How
you go
far
2
away?
for 1, right? You see the dam over there, too, right? You see the Grand Canyon?
Hoover
over there?
Dam? Hoover Dam's in Nevada, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Well, that's the same thing.
There we go.
How far away was the Grand Canyon from? You went to Tucson, right?
Yeah,
Lived in
it's
Tucson,
like the complete opposite side.
Oh, okay. What's the equivalent for Washington?
It'd be like if.
Like to Pullman?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair to not have seen it.
Yeah, it's not an easy trek.
Yeah. Let's see what I need to know. 866-979-3776. They said, Stacy, that was your new take the bull by the hands moment. That's not even me. First of all, we get what I need to know. Give each other radio bad nicknames, as in the person named should either roll their eyes, scoff, blush, or all of the above. Don't
so like
tell HR.
1980s Shock Jack radio nicknames.
Oh no! I don't know that.
That'd be safe for air.
Nervous Stacy.
Nervous Stacy.
Well, you gotta think of like.
Can we?
It's gotta be like the something or other.
Oh, okay.
You can call me the old lady, because off air when I talked about AJ Barner, I said, so someone said, do you have a crush on AJ? And I said, no, me mentioning AJ's coat does not mean that I have a crush on someone who's 10 years younger than me.
And then
Curtis.
I go, oh, he's at least 15 years younger than you.
And you guys started dying. That took me out.
Oh, man.
No, I don't know. We got to think about that one. I'll come
Colossal
back to
Cranium Curtis in the morning.
it.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Right,
wow.
dang.
Matt didn't even have to think
There we
about
go.
it.
Matt had that written on a notepad somewhere.
You know the whole, like, would you rather fight a man or a bear? Someone said, would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a cookie?
I saw a survey where they asked women, they said, would you rather be in the forest with a man or a bear? And 90% of them said a bear.
No.
Like, what are you doing?
No.
But it was like them drunk women in Austin.
But also, look, here's the thing. I stand zero chance. Okay, let's assume that both are trying to kill you. I stand zero chance against a bear trying to kill me.
We all do.
But, like, you never know. The guy trying to kill me, he could be 5'4".
You could.
You know?
You could.
That's a fair fight.
It is a fair fight.
And that's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight, but
You got a chance, though.
I can't outrun a bear.
No, you can't. Let's play dead.
Yeah. That's what I'll do no matter what. I just know the cut's coming, so.
There's actually 2 of them.
No. All right. Wyman and Bob coming up next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
1738. Hey.
I said, hey, what's up? Hello.
No, aren't foxes bears?
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
General Manager Justin Hollander is with us. You got decisions to make. I mean, you got a lot of young guys at second base. It could be Cole Young, could be Ryan Bliss. Brandon Davis has been a huge story.
There has never been a team in the history of baseball who had too many good players.
Yeah.
We will have our ups and downs this year. We will need more than just the 13 position players and the 13 pitchers we break camp with. It's great to watch guys go out and compete for spots and feel like you have options.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
For 24 years, Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar has been Bellevue's and my go-to for fresh seasonal seafood. Hey, this is Brock Heward, and what I love is being able to count on my good friend, Chef John Howie's reputation for excellence behind every plate. Whether it's local oysters, sushi, cedar plank salmon, Dungeness crab bisque, generous portions with true value, and every detail is cared for. Whether it's a date night, a business dinner, or catching up with friends and family, Sea Star is the dining experience you remember. SeaStarRestaurant.com.
The nonprofit Puget Sound Senior Baseball League plays real baseball on the best fields. Adults ages 18 to 65 and older are invited to try out for the PSSBL this Sunday, March 15th at Hogan Park at Russell Road in Kent. With 10 divisions featuring different age and skill levels, there's room for almost every ball player, from ex-Little Leaguers to high school, college, and even former pros. Get all the info at PSSBL.com. That's PSSBL.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about St. Patrick's Day, a time for parades, green beer, and even leprechauns. But drinking holidays are also a time when DUI patrols are out in full force. Here's who won't be wearing green, those boys in blue, and they'll pinch you whether you are or not. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we want you to stay safe. So make sure to have a designated driver, Because if you look in your rearview mirror and see a rainbow of lights, you could be paying a pot of gold in fines. DUI laws never take a break. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation in Seattle, Everett, or Tacoma. If you get a DUI this St. Paddy's Day, don't count on the luck of the Irish to get you through. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today, pay you right up front, but it gets even better because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I'm here with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. So, Mark, it's been a few years since you started offering this. How's it going?
I got to tell you, customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their vehicle up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is when we resell that vehicle, they're getting 50% of the profit.
That 50% has now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. Why do you think it's working so well?
Let's face it, it's Thunderdome out there with all the auto theft, the identity theft, and the other scams going on today. Less and less people are comfortable trying to sell their car themselves. So we offer them a way to get a lot more money for their car without having to go through all the hassle of trying to sell it themselves.